Cougars are 6-0.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
All right.
And we
Goodness,
might be in
man.
business.
We might be. Now I got to get the dang game pulled up on my computer.
My stream of the game has been less than ideal, so I'll just keep you in where I'm at.
Okay. All right. Now I need to pull up all of this stuff. I wish that I had I have a thing on here for the kills and the wars,
Nice.
but I obviously don't know what's happened so far.
Yeah, we can do it from when the stream starts, I guess. Nothing else matters, and we were playing like shit until the stream started anyway.
Right. I think they knew they needed me to wait. They needed to wait a minute.
That's...
All right, let me get this going. Ah, we're good right now. We got 0 viewers. I got a little.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
All right, we are writing it and doing it live. I'm tweeting it out from the old account, and we will be in business. I tweeted out a video of my streaming setup, dude. It's so janky.
Really?
I have my computer on a box, which is on top of a microwave, so I can have a standing setup.
Right.
It's fucking insane. Freaking insane.
Okay.
All
okay.
right.
All right. What time are you at right now? Oh boy. You're frozen for me. Your cam's frozen for me right now. It's better now. It's moving.
Yeah, I think it's the I think I might have learned a lesson about my Wi-Fi.
What was that?
It's just apparently maybe overloaded tonight.
All right, let me get back to the score here. Find this one. Get the score updated, and we'll be good to go. And we'll just act like this never happened.
What never happened? I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm.
All right, we've got one whole viewer, and you didn't miss a thing because we were playing like absolute butt before the stream came on.
All right, I think this is the thing. I just got to get my scoreboard ready to go, and then we're going to be moving. I appreciate
Let's get it.
Oh, man.
In my personal record book, nothing happened until we streamed. Olivari from 3! And just like that, it is 24 Houston, 20 Xavier. We are right back in this thing.
Okay. I am a little bit ahead of you.
Okay.
I am a lot of bit ahead of you. I'm going to go ahead and just relax for a minute because
yeah.
What time are you at right now?
6:44, but the clock's not ticking. There might have been a clock issue.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait.
Yeah, because like the game is live and over. It's another 3.
Let's go, baby. That's what I was talking about.
Did you already know that?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I appreciate your acting, man. Appreciate you not spoiling it.
All right, I'm gonna slow.
World, Kenny.
All right, tell me when you get to 6:16.
Okay, I'm at 27 and counting.
All right,
my stream might get kind of annoying, and I can just kind of like listen to you if it gets to that point. It's been pretty bad. I'm at 19, 18, 17.
Okay, we're good.
All right, so cool. Yeah, I don't know if that's Quincy's shot. Okay, but we are back and rolling, Kenny. Oh my God, it's a scrum.
Dude,
what is this abomination?
Dude,
I thought finished it.
Go, baby. All right. Hey, who do we...
You know in Men in Black where they have the little mind eraser thing?
I do.
Nothing happened until we started streaming, in my personal
Exactly. That's how I remember it.
That's exactly it. But welcome to the stream. We are finally live. If you are here, Kenny needs some good vibes. I think we might have to do a Roll Blob therapy session tonight. Kenny just, I think you could probably apply for PTSD at this point.
Right.
He was going through it. Hey, with the shades on. Now vibes are up, baby.
Yeah.
Vibes were in the danger zone, Kenny.
They were. I don't know if anybody out there has a war/kill check, that would be great to know because I'm going to just be counting from here. I would assume that Well, it's got to be 2-0 in kills for them, right?
One would think. One would think. So how much time do we have left? It's like 4 or something minutes? Because how much time is left now? Like 6 minutes or so?
Something like that.
So that
What's
would
up,
mean
Slagle?
we had 3 wars. I just love that we didn't do anything and got a new subscriber.
Yeah, it's Slagle right there. He's the only one that's chatted so far. I'm telling you, that's my boy.
Shouts, man. Shouts. Let's go.
606, he says.
Baby. 606. That means we've had 3 wars, if my math checks out. But we might have won this last war.
We've had. Oh my goodness! Now I can't think.
No, I think we've had 3.
2, 3.
After 4 will be the 4th, and the end will be after 4 will be the 5th.
4. Yeah, Yeah, we have. We're a little bit behind Slagle. We're like. They have pushed for a brief. Yeah, they. We're a little bit behind. I don't know what stream. What stream are you watching on, Cap?
So I am watching on the Fox Sports Go app.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be a little bit behind. I should probably just do that, but
zip them up, baby. I got it on the stream. Let's go, dude. I love this screaming guy.
Oh no,
he had the blob bib, dude. That's insane,
dude. Xavier, I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, Royer hardly know her. Kenny's gonna need some therapy tonight. He was going through it. He was going through it.
You know the worst part about
welcome to the stream. We're finally here, and honestly, I think Kenny, the team, was just waiting on us to stream.
Right, exactly.
That's our narrative right now, Royer. Is nothing happened until we started streaming.
Yep. Like I said, if anybody out there has a count on wars and kills, let me know. Because I'm just gonna start going from here.
We are searching for some help on wars. Kenny, how much of the game were you able to watch?
Dude, I turned it on and it was 24-20.
Dude, you didn't miss a thing. It was
What's up, Wet?
What?
Sean Miller's looking a little wet tonight. You can see him. He's got a nice little gleam.
Kenny, I got a little something for our boy. Let's get moist.
Does everything sound good? Does everything sound good to you guys? Are we echoing anything like that? Because I tweaked some stuff.
I'm applying some moisturizer.
I'm actually just gonna.
Let's get wet.
Sounds good. All right, here we go.
Let's go, baby.
I think everybody's a little bit ahead of us, but it's okay.
Yeah, probably.
Unless you're watching on the Fox Go app.
I'm just glad we got the stream up, Ken.
Oh my gosh, me too. I was
getting up
in my mind. I was saying, hopefully by halftime.
Honestly, even if we would got it at halftime, I would have called that a win with where we were. In Houston, dominating the offensive glass here. Oh, yeah, that's a killer. But yeah, Kenny, it started. I feel way more moist now. I feel better. But it was an ugly start. I think Houston hit their first 2 threes. I mean, we were down 16-8. I think it was even worse than that. It was ugly. Dez, what is that pass, dude?
Oh, man.
See if we can get any offense going. Dez to the 10 and absolutely swatted. How are we looking on time, Kenny? We lined up?
I'm at 5:04, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Cool. Oh, so what's the word, gang? So no Trey Green tonight, so I'm depressed. Kenny couldn't get stream going. He's depressed. But we're playing well. We're back in this game. We're only down 2.
Right.
So vibes are back.
And that's all that matters.
You should have live bet the vibes, Kenny.
Yeah, right.
They were in the absolute dump. Good box, Giedis. Good freaking box. He's been fighting hard tonight.
Take that off the stream. We'll get wars and kills next time.
Yeah, maybe second half. Yeah. Because here's Kenny. I don't even know this. We can just throw away the tape for the first half of this game.
Right. Exactly.
Except for the last 5:48. This 5:48.
Oh my goodness, man! I forgot. I finally broke out the corporate Xavier hat.
Oh, that looks like Weeze's hat. You steal that from Weeze?
No, actually, I got it. I saw the first time I saw it. We were down for the Texas game when we went to House of Orange, and Keith was wearing it.
Dude, it's clean, dude. The lower bowl dumping their Giedis stock. He goes 0 of 2 with the line and allows a bucket. Houston making it 29-25 here.
Yeah, that's an easy bucket, man. That's tough.
Too easy. Let's see what we get going here, boys. Quincy, I don't like these lazy passes, man. Dude, that guy is erasing everything. I'm sorry, Quincy. That ain't gonna be it, buddy. And my stream just reset, Kenny, so we can follow you.
Okay. Des Claude, big time rebound there.
Hell yeah.
That's good defense. See, I mean, it's like you got to finish that. There we go.
Finish.
29-27.
Beautiful.
Des
I'm about 4 seconds behind you. There we go. We get this last war, Kenny. We're in good shape. I mean, I think people were thinking about leaving the building within the first 5 minutes of this one. It was that bad.
I'm glad I wasn't watching because that would just made me angry.
Oh, dude, it was miserable. Like honestly, Kenny, everything was miserable. Like the stream stuff was miserable. The game was miserable.
Dude, what is that? There's nothing.
Dude, this game is ugly. Oh, let's go. Okay, they call it foul.
No, I don't think they called a foul.
What the hell is that called? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. This game has not been easy on the eyes.
I think it's just been. I think they just called it out of bounds, but out of bounds on Houston. But it seemed like he got mugged.
Sean Miller, I might crush this whole bottle tonight. I just bought this bottle of moisturizer. I might end up crushing it before the night's over. Third application.
Oh, man.
It's like when you're painting your house, you need another layer, you know? So, Kenny, I have a question for you. What's your opinion on gray jerseys?
Oh, my gosh. I love the grays.
I think they're clean as hell, but I feel like we suck in them.
Oh, man. Who did we wear the gray jerseys for? My senior, it may have been the shootout my senior year that we wore the grays. No,
yeah, Royer, they're definitely letting them play. Chat, what do we think about grays? I want to get a pulse of where we are on grays.
A quick poll on grays.
Yeah, my thought is they look great, but they don't play great. At least over the last like 3 or 4 years. But I saw the graphic they put out today, and they said we were like 34-13 in them all time or something like that. But I find that kind of hard to believe.
Yeah,
that was probably Kenny back in the day getting dubs and grays.
Right. It's very bottom heavy.
Very bottom heavy. Yep, completely agree with Royer. They look good, but we're super terrible. Like we're terrible in them. Like if you need a must-win game, you go Royal. If it's like a huge game, you go Royal. Yep, my guy. Yep, Royer, you get me.
All right. Slagle, where are you watching the game at tonight, man? You just home or are you at a bar? What are you doing? Man, I'll tell you what, Cap, you never met Slagle, but man, what a guy. He just did a Bethesda, man, doing it live. Yeah. He just did a boxing match for charity a couple months ago. Got trained and got busy in the ring.
How'd it go?
Yeah. I mean, in my book, he won.
Well, if you're willing to go into a ring and fight somebody, like that takes cojones.
Smoked him, he says.
Okay.
So do you know some footage? Do you know Listerman Brewing?
Yeah.
My boy Slagle here was with them when they were real small. He worked with them a little bit in college and stuff. He was big time for them.
That's what's up. So he zipped them up.
He zipped them up, exactly. He became a Lister man.
Not a Lister boy. All right, man, so Wet Sean Miller says 3.5 out of 5 moist. Okay. So Wet Sean Miller has, I think, a moisturizer count going for me.
A lot of IPA pong at the crib.
So fast break points X with 11. It has definitely been a track meet and not a pleasant to watch track meet.
I wish I could get a little. All right, come on now. Yeah, so they did end up just calling out of bounds there. Man, it looked like McKnight got tackled almost.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't call a foul on that.
He Euro'd and he went right through the guy's chest.
Have they passed the ball in for you yet, Kenny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, call something. Oh, and then they're gonna call Abu.
Oh my goodness, dude! What is happening with this call? That was ugly. Can you mind if we pause for 3 seconds when we get on the defensive possession?
Yeah.
I'll let you know where I'm at. So I'm at 338. 7, 6.
We're good.
Cool.
We're in there.
All right, let's see what we got here, boys. The defense has been good though for us.
Defense has been playing well. We need Abu to stay out of foul trouble, and we need to stop fouling
this,
there.
This officiating right now.
How many fouls does Abu have? Anybody know the answer to that question?
Surprised he's not fouled out yet. He has to have, Kenny, one of the highest fouls per minute in the entire NCAA.
Yeah, it's almost insane. Like they're putting him in to foul.
It's absolutely ridiculous. He only has one foul. Ian says we both look beautiful. Thank you, Ian. Not as beautiful as you, unfortunately.
That's Feathers, I hope you're feeling better, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna miss our beautiful halftime performer tonight.
No Trey, no Ian, DNP due to sickness. Hate to see it. He was actually gonna come to Cap's domain tonight too. We were gonna have him in the building one of these days. He's talking that junk about come on, Abu. Let's go, baby. Good pass.
That's just a quick bucket. And the thing that is frustrating is like a lot of times your offense comes from just being solid like that. You know what I mean? Like it's tough when we have to get into a situation where we're breaking people down and having to really score one-on-one, you got to get.
I feel like a lot of our buckets have come from like broken coverage, honestly.
Yeah, but that comes from just staying solid in your offense and not trying to do too much.
Yeah,
like look, you got two guys on you right there. You're gonna find an open guy.
That was a good pass.
I know you missed that shot, but it's a great shot.
Completely agree. Heads up play from Dalen. But I mean, you got to feel good right now, Kenny. I mean, it's 2:45 down 3. This game looked like it was about to be over from the jump. It was bad, dude. We were getting run. I don't know who has like maybe anyone in the chat who knows what like the worst score was, but it was like probably 16-4. I think at one point it was ugly.
Is that who is the head coach for Houston? Is that Tommy Amaker?
They have Kelvin Sampson. They might have Amaker on the sidelines.
That was a joke.
Oh. Not much minutes from Lazar tonight, which has been kind of surprising, and another missed free throw. Lower Bowl's got to be miserable. Yo, that was a moving screen.
Prayers definitely up for Ian. Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay.
They missed the first one, got the second one.
Yep. Quick prayers.
What I was gonna say before, with the way that Houston plays defense, if you're able to get a step on a guy, they're just swarming to the ball. If you're able to make passes out of those, like, double teams or like, where you have like 1.5 guys on you, if you're able to make those plays, you're gonna find open guys. But we have to hit shots. Olivari coming out and hitting a couple big ones was like, oof. But we also have to make free throws. This is like,
it's ugly.
Got to make free throws.
There we go, Dalen.
Just stick around with them.
Kenny, give me a quick history lesson. Who the hell's Tommy Amaker? Sounds hella familiar.
Oh, he was the coach for Michigan.
Oh, okay. He recruited you?
They have. So when I was getting recruited, it was Tommy Amaker, Tubby Smith, and Ralph Sampson. They were the three of the coaches that were recruiting me, and 3 of the coaches that were in my top 5 schools. And then it was Mike Bray and Coach Miller. No, Tubby was at UK.
Oh, okay. Is there any coach that you would like say you did not like?
I mean, I've never been a fan of Thad Matta. I don't think that would be a surprise to him.
Do you have a Mick Cronin opinion?
I mean, of course, I don't like Mick Cronin. Dude, when he was on that, I can't remember what show it was, but he was sitting between 2 guys on a bus. He looked like a little kid.
Dude, that was a Barstool interview. That's one of my favorite interviews of all time.
Dude, he just sitting there and he was like, he had his hands like on his knees and it just looked funny. Child. Oh, that was a terrible shot.
So we got 1:30 here left. My favorite thing from that interview is he said they were talking about how excited he was to take the UCLA job. Dez to the bucket. That was ugly.
Tough shot.
Travel.
Come on, Lazar. Oh, they're gonna.
But they were asking him, how excited he was about the UCLA job, and he's like, maybe the best part is I'd never have to go back to Cintas ever again. I was like, you're going to Westwood, taking over a historic program, and the best thing is you don't have to go back to Cintas.
Yeah, but I mean, Harry Beaver. Hey, Ian, have a good night, man. Stay hydrated, baby.
Stay moist. I got enough to go around. It's a shame that he's not here. I'd be probably moistening up Ian myself. Shame the world missed that content tonight.
I can't wait to get all the Blob boys back together, man. We haven't had many streams yet with all four of us.
What is that pass, Dalen? It just wasn't there. Yeah, Kenny, we've been a house divided lately.
We sure have. But
My brother tagged us. Houston takes it to the cup here. No dice. Good bucket or good rebound from Gitas. My brother texted me in a tweet the other day that said like, Dez calls the timeout. There was this tweet that said like, I love podcasts where you can tell they clearly hate each other, but it's so successful they can't stop. And he added Roll Blob. And I just tweeted at Coop, fuck you. Yeah, things between me and Coop are not good right now. All right. We got some ball game, Kenny.
Things between me and Coop are not good right now.
Could not dump all your Cap and Coop stock. Terrible.
Sorry, I was taking a break there because I had to tweet out the stream.
Yeah, you got to. So what are we thinking right now, man?
What I'm thinking right now is doesn't seem to be. I mean, it's hard to make a comparison, because the Oakland game obviously was ugly to watch, and the result was disappointing. And even at the very end, to have that shot that just goes off the rim with no time left, and you have the chance to hit that half court shot to win, which obviously we shouldn't have needed a half court shot, but the way that team matched up against us was tough. They're going to create matchup problems for a lot of teams, and especially in the Horizon League, they're going to be a tournament team. Like it's a tough loss. But then you look at this Houston team, they're not as big. That's a terrible pass. They're not as big. They're not able to bully us inside, and we're able to play defense with them. And I mean, you see the score of this game, and it's not – I feel like a lot of Xavier games are going to be kind of ugly this year. You know what I mean? Like you're going to be playing – it's going to be a lot of defensive stuff. You're not going to see a lot of great shooting from the outside, so it's not going to be a lot of pretty games. But if we're able to stick with people, keep games close, we're going to have chances to win games.
Yeah, and so here we go, last possession.
Oh, man.
Let's see what we can get. That was a tough bucket.
That was a tough bucket.
Just want to get a good shot here, man. I don't mind a miss. I just want to get a good shot.
Maybe a foul. Action, maybe a little Gitas up top. Nope.
I don't hate it. All right. Didn't hate it. We're only down 5.
Man,
all right. So, Kenny, I want to hit with some pauses before we get into the halftime talk here. So, okay. 1, we made it through hell, and we're on the stream. So, we're going. 2, nothing happened. The terrible parts are erased, and we're in a ball game right here against the number 1 team in KenPom. So, all things considered, things are looking up.
Number 3, Ahmad's here.
Ahmad's here. Oh, gee, I'm about to just. So Wet Sean Miller cracked me up. He's like, you wouldn't need the moisturizer if you could go all natural, and I wish we could, but I might have to start going all natural since Ahmad's here. I am wet. I am wet. Yeah, I'll take that half.
Yeah,
I mean, especially
100%. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. I mean, the way that it opened, Kenny. I mean, it just looked like we were going to get run out of the gym. Like I would not have been shocked at all if we lost by 20. If you told me when it was 16-4. What's the outcome going to be? I'm like, we lose anywhere from 14 to 25. It was up.
Right.
Yeah,
and I mean, like I said, this team is going to be a team that needs to. Last year it was so different because we were saying like we got to score 80 points every game to win. I mean, at least 80 points a game because our defense was, there were games where our defense just didn't show up. But this year, it's going to be different. We have a lot of guys that are new, a lot of guys that we've been talking about it, filling in those roles, doing all that stuff. But, here comes Coop. Goodness gracious.
That's actually funny that Coop says that because I put that back there for irony because, everyone knows that I'm not a Bengals fan, at all. So that's why I put that back there because it was empty, Coop. And I was like, and I saw, a Bengals poster right in front of me. You know what? F it. For the irony, I'll put it in there. Thank you, Coop. But Kenny, I completely agree, and I think if you were gonna look at this season from the beginning, of course it's gonna be backloaded as far as the success of Xavier. We were gonna look ugly in the beginning of the season, of course. And I think as the season goes on, we'll get more consistent, get into a flow on offense. But of course, we played Purdue tough, and then we lose to Oakland. That's just I think what this team is gonna be until we get more defined roles.
Right. But I think defensively we have, you have guys that are Trey Green. Watching him on defense is fun. Like he's a guy that he's got his motor is crazy. His conditioning's great. Like you can tell that he can play a lot of minutes and he really pressures people. I think, obviously we're going to have down low, we're going to have that little bit of a disadvantage because we got younger big guys that aren't necessarily going to be the toughest physically. Definitely not Papa Cap inspired
Physical
guys,
strength, baby.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, I think, but like that's all stuff that just comes with experience, age, playing in games, realizing the guys that you're going to play against because, you have, it's tough when you go from playing against, whoever they were playing against before to now they're playing against, top teams in the country. They're about to go through a Big East schedule. Like that's tough. So when they start to get the feeling for what they need to be as a player and to be able to compete at this level, they're going to work harder in the weight room. They're going to do the things they need to do to get bigger and stronger and, have the stamina and all those things that just come with being a college basketball player for longer. But that's the part that is frustrating. That's going to be the part that's frustrating when we're watching them play down low. They're having trouble with some big guys and things like that. That's going to be the part that, I mean, especially for me being a big guy, like that's frustrating to watch, seeing big guys have big games and things like that.
I was going to say, your boy trained for the boxing match, right?
Yeah.
What's to say we give you some like goofy facial hair, get you in the gym, and by the end of the season, getting some minutes?
Well, yeah, I mean, they have. Slagel's trying to get me in the ring. He's trying to book a match for me.
Well, dude, how? I feel like it'd be kind of difficult to punch that far down though. Like, imagine like fighting someone like my size, like 6 foot.
Yeah, it would be more of like a hammer fist,
like a tomahawk chop.
Yeah. Right.
Just
you're never gonna see a boxer with like bumps on his head, on the top of his head, except for when he fights me.
Like a cartoon. But I agree with you. And when I look at the roster, like I think that you see all the pieces that you would need to have a successful team. I think Trey Green's going to grow into a much bigger role. I think that Lazar is going to grow into a much bigger role. I just think that there's not. Again, it's been a role game. I just feel like there's no defined chemistry or role on offense, especially. The only thing that hurts me as far as the ceiling of this team is the bigs. I don't know if even at our best, if our bigs are going to be up to the capability of what we've had in the past. But I think everything else has really high upside.
Now, let me just say one thing, though. So regarding that, I don't want to say that it's the easiest thing to cover up, but not having like dominant big guys, especially on defense, isn't necessarily something that a team can overcome because there's so many schemes and different things you can do. Now, it does hurt you as far as, giving up 3-point shots, things like that, because you're ending up having to double team and running junk defenses and all that stuff. So I understand that part of it, but like, I think that you're going to start to see maybe Miller says, all right, we're going to start trapping from the baseline, or we're going to start digging down harder and doing things like that against teams that have big guys. And the other thing you have to remember too is there's not a lot of like big dominant guys left. I mean, you're looking at a lot of like stretch 5 type guys. Yeah. Now, when you play against Edey, that's different. You have to figure out a scheme for that probably because our guys aren't going to be ready to guard him. But there's nobody really in the NCAA that's ready to guard him. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily just a Xavier specific thing.
No. I think honestly, even though he hit the stat line that he had, I think we did a pretty good job with Edey, to be honest with you. I don't think the stats tell the story.
Well, yeah, his stat line was great. His game was pretty ugly. I mean, the way that he was scoring, you remember we were talking about it, like the dude was shooting 8-foot jump hooks off 1 foot. Like that's a tough shot.
The most contained 28 and 14 I've ever seen.
Exactly, yeah.
Hands down.
I can't remember. I remember hearing a story. It was from, it was when I was at some camp. There was a coach that was talking about his player that had to guard Kobe. And his team,
Bryant, not Jones,
it was right after Kobe had scored 77 points. And Kobe came back and scored like 63 or something. And like the team won. Whoever the Lakers were playing, they won. And he came back in the locker room and was like, we locked him up. He only had 60. It's a quiet 60.
Yeah, quiet 60. Royer asks, how long is the only returning one player excuse valid for? I think that's a fair question.
Right.
I think that this was always in we have different perspectives, Kenny. I'm a lifelong fan. You played. I think there's a different perspective when I'm talking to like coaches or former players, but it's like in my mind, especially without Fremantle and Hunter, from a fan's perspective, there had to be a lower expectation level and ceiling from a fan's perspective. Now inside the locker room, I'm sure the expectations are the exact same standards, all that kind of stuff. But for me being objective, in my opinion, it had to be a lower expectation level for me at least.
Yeah, and I think to your point, Royer, it's like that's kind of what I was saying. I can't these streams and podcasts, they all kind of run together for me and the things that I've talked about, but that was kind of what I said too. It's like, you don't want to be saying in January, February, well, we're still coming together as a team. We still don't. So I get your point. And it's just one of those things where as a team, they're going to have to figure it out. As fans and, people that are involved in the fandom and or streaming or doing whatever, I think that you're going to start to see people become a lot more critical of that excuse over, probably 3 or 4 games into the Big East. I think that is when that's really when you're going to start seeing people say, okay, like you've had your time to get going. And I don't necessarily think that that's fair, but I think from a fan's perspective and from just, expecting Xavier to be a powerhouse basketball program, that's when you're going to start to run into people getting angry about that. And I don't necessarily disagree, but just from a player's perspective and knowing how hard it is to go to play with people you don't really know and things like that, like I really think that from a player's perspective, they're going to use that excuse for a while because it's like some of these guys don't even speak English.
I mean, bro, I said it a million times. We returned one player, averaged 4.5 points a game, who was a freshman. Yeah. Like this has to be, Kenny. I've really thought about it. I can't remember a team that's turned over this much in all my years watching Xavier.
It wasn't possible before.
True.
Before the transfer portal, it wasn't possible for this to happen. So this is pretty uncharted territory here. And maybe, are you talking about a team or a Xavier team?
I mean, any Xavier team ever. I mean, there's probably other teams in college basketball that have had to do this, but I can't remember a single Xavier team that's come even close to this level of turnover.
I would be willing to say that it's probably not happened for a top 50 basketball team. I would be willing to say that this is.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more could it be? We have one guy. Like, yeah, what are we going to, there's a team out there that had 0 guys.
I know, like literally, like it really can't get much less than that. Like if anyone's less, I'd like to see it. Because like you said, they're returning no one then.
And the one and done thing, I think, yeah, of course. But I mean, like there was still, and I'm not really talking about like the major contributors for the team. I'm just talking about for a team in general. For those teams, you still have, your glue guys, the guys that are coming in as backups and things like that. Right. Like most of those guys are coming in and they're playing for 4 years. So you still have at least some type of, something to keep the tradition going for the team.
Like, even if like Cesar had come back or something, like there is just nothing other than Dez. And Dez was barely, like, I'm not saying barely, but he was like the 7th or 8th man last year. Yeah, right. I mean, I wouldn't even really call him like a huge contributor. Like he got minutes, but that's pretty much it.
And where do you put, like, when you're talking about this too, you also have to think about, like, I wonder how big of an impact Fremantle and Hunter are able to have in the locker room. Because if they're able to have that impact, like that still does give you some of that continuation of tradition and things like that. But I mean, that's something that obviously nobody knows except for the people that are in the locker room. So it's tough.
Can I say this Casey Jacobson suit is freaking atrocious.
Dude, I played against him for 3 years in Germany.
Where'd he play?
Well, he played in the NBA for a while, but then he was over in Germany playing for Bamberg. They were a EuroLeague team in Germany. Man, that dude could shoot. I've never, in my life, NBA, people that I've played with, games that I've watched, I've never seen anybody that was harder on the refs than Casey Jacobson.
I want to see if the chat agrees with me. He seems just like an insufferably annoying person to be around.
Okay, so on the court playing against him, you're 100% true.
I
That's
just don't
100%
like
true.
him. I don't think I can't stand him.
But him as a person, he's a great dude.
Okay.
Like he's a really good person.
I don't
But
believe that
like
he's a bad
I'm
guy,
telling you,
but
man, like
he annoys the hell out of me.
it's tough.
He's
Like
just annoying,
playing against him, like I can still in my mind see, because it was so over the top, the way that he would like scream at officials and stuff, that it was wild. And plus he was playing for the best team in Germany, and when you're playing in those overseas leagues, like I'm sure that people talk about it in like the NFL, the NBA, whatever it is. Like, the Chiefs get better calls from the refs, or or the Lakers get better calls from the refs, whatever it is. Um, Over there, it's like an actual thing, because they want these certain teams to make the playoffs, because there's only a few teams over there that will make money for the league and stuff like that. But man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
I agree with Wet Sean Miller. He's one of the driest human beings on planet Earth. No question about it. no question about it.
But I'll tell you what, I don't know if you've never seen like a game with him shooting, or
so his jumper's wet.
An insane, like it didn't matter how many people were guarding him, how many people were like, if there was 3 people trailing him coming off a screen, he was getting his shot up, and he was shooting like close to 50% from 3, and that was 8-9 years ago, when really good from 3-point range was 35%.
Different.
And now, I mean, now if you're not shooting, like think about that dude that we played against that Oakland had.
Yeah.
That dude was shooting like 50% from 3. That's insane.
The bar has changed so much. The bar has changed.
And how, like, that's the other thing too. Like, how does Houston get a guy like that? Like,
that's what I was thinking. I know. I thought the same thing.
Or not Houston. I mean, Oakland.
Oakland.
Like,
Oakland's got some dudes, man.
Right. Like, I mean, that it seems to me like that's a guy that gets picked up by, Duke or something, to come in and play like 10 minutes a game and hit like 4 threes.
I mean, they've got some talented guys. I mean, they have Rocket Watts, who was a very high 4-star recruit. Like, they've got some dudes on that roster. And then too, it's like their KenPom is higher than Georgetown's. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Georgetown's good, but like let's say if we lost at home to Georgetown, no one's tweeting about how like, oh, we lost to some scrub. Like, they would call it a bad loss, but it's not the same as losing to Oakland, visually. So I mean, it's a bad loss, but I think it's overblown.
I just don't think it's that bad of a loss. Like, I understand from like the perspective of it's a buy-in game, things like that, and obviously we should have won the game, but I think they're a good team.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if they sneak into the tournament. Like, that's their experience.
Oh, they'll be in the tournament.
Yeah, they're honestly like the exact opposite of what Xavier wanted to play. Like, we're so inexperienced, like learning ourselves. They know each other. Like, that's an experienced team. They're grown. That was a tough matchup.
I agree. Like, and exactly what Royer's saying. I don't think they're going to be in the tournament. I mean, they could easily win the Horizon League, but they're going to be in the tournament regardless if they win the Horizon League or not. I think that they're a legit team that's going to end up being like, in that probably 9 to 12 ish range.
See, I could only see it being hard for them to get the respect from the metrics to crawl into at-large territory, but we'll see.
But if Xavier makes the tournament, that's a huge win for them.
On the road too.
And they played, who'd they play? Ohio State. They played Illinois, was it?
Yeah, because they were like 3-3. Yeah,
they lost both those games, but from what and I haven't watched the games, but from what the announcers were saying in the game, and you can only take that with a grain of salt because some of these guys, woo. But from what they were saying, they played them tough. So I mean, like I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see moving forward. And I'm actually going to be interested, and I'll probably watch some more of their games if I can, just to kind of get a thing here. All right, we're starting up here. Right. Let's go, baby.
We're almost back. I was going to ask you later about how thankful you are I didn't have to develop a jump shot.
Right.
All right. Just started for me. I'm at 1955.
Okay. All right. I'm at 41.
Okay.
That's so weird because every once in a while your stream just pops up and you're way ahead of me.
Let's go, Geetus. Yeah. I got to figure something out or stream somewhere else. My TV is rough, but good fake-a-boo. Let me know if you need anything from me as far as linking up is concerned. I'm at 30, 29, 28.
Okay.
But yeah, we're just learning lessons tonight, Kenny. No L's, only lessons.
What I need to do is just give you my YouTube TV login for games.
Maybe in the future. Houston with a
You know
big
what?
time 3-ball.
Actually, you would have to download it and everything.
Good swing, Gitas. Again, a good look.
Yeah.
Really want to stop the bleeding here. Good defense, Dez. Give me a travel. They should see the start of the second half here, Kenny. The start of the first half was freaking horrendous. I don't think we can handle another one of those.
Right. See, we're downing ball screens now, which is interesting.
Low shot clock.
Off the floor.
Got to get rebounds, fellas. Great defensive possession, but killed by the glass there. Jesus. It's a lot of second chances. Brutal. I'm going to go snag my computer charger. 2 seconds.
All right.
Chat, if you haven't seen my streaming setup, it is absolutely immaculate. That's how the pros draw it up right there. Oh, no foul on that? So it's a tip game right now. Abu to Gitas, absolute scrum. I can't believe they didn't call Abu for a foul. It looked like he smacked him on the wrist. But it's been a tough start to the second half. Down 8 here. I don't know if I like that shot.
Gab, are you watching on your computer?
What's that?
Are you watching on your computer?
Negative.
Oh, okay. Well, I just emailed you, or I just texted
great.
you.
Cool.
The if you want to download YouTube TV, if you want to just log into that, so we can link up.
Yeah, I'll probably do that on the next break if that's cool.
Yep. I'm gonna have to start making some shots here.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna try and do that now, actually. Appreciate you doing that.
Oh my gosh, man. That's I mean, you can't even be mad about that foul.
No. Yeah, their bigs are tough, man.
Well, the crazy thing
I have
is
no stream right now, so I get stuff set up just so you know.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. I mean,
team's on your back, like Leroy Jenkins.
Dude missed his first free throw, and he looked up to the ceiling like he was blaming the arena.
Mad at the ceiling about it?
Oh. Rebound the ball. And then
they got an offensive rebound on the freaking free throw?
Yeah. And then they got a 3, missed that offensive rebound, and then the ball tipped off of Dez's hand, so it's their ball.
Because we were doing a really good job on the glass in the first half.
Right, but like it said, they were saying that, who was it? What Sean Miller was saying that we were out rebounding him 27-18.
Yeah.
But Houston has 18 points off second chance.
Oof. Brutal. It's that and turnovers right now.
All right, Cap, I'll give you a little color commentary here.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's all on you right now.
There it.
Tech has not been a friend today.
Here. Down low. We got it wall up here. Make it difficult on him. Oh, wide open corner 3. Good.
For who?
44-33.
They made one?
Yep.
Not ideal.
No.
I'll tell you what, I like listening to you a lot better than Casey Jacobson, that's for sure.
Right. Float game. We got to make that. And, okay. McKnight just missed a 3-foot shot.
I'm not mad about that take, though. Oh, danger zone. Danger zone.
Yeah, this is the danger zone right here. We need
Catholic refs. Dude, wet is hilarious, bro. It's those dang Catholic refs, wet every time. There
Timeout,
was some,
Xavier.
I think it was the UC. Wet, you have to remind me what the reference was, but there was some UC fan or something whining about Catholic, or I think it was UConn actually. Now I'm thinking about it, whining about Catholic refs as to why we were getting calls. I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Xavier's a Jesuit university.
There you go. All right, let's get it.
Did that work?
I am currently setting it up right now. I think it looks like it's working.
Okay.
Open YouTube TV. Mobile. Cool. Sorry for the issues, y'all. It's been a bit of a cluster. And we kind of like agreed to do. We kind of talked about doing this stream a little bit late in the game too. I think we talked about doing it like yesterday or the night before. And we still, it's stream 3. We're gonna have some stuff to work out.
Slagle said 6 for 15 from 15 foot and in. Nice. Most Xavier stat in the world.
Facts.
Oh, goodness gracious. We got to come out here and.
Yeah. So that was war number 1.
Yeah.
So if we want, we can keep track of wars in the second half here, which is only half that matters in my personal record book.
You know what, Cat?
We're done?
I can't even. I just mentally, I don't think I can handle that right now.
How you doing? Kenny wellness check. How are we?
I'm doing better. I think I might need to run up and grab some water.
I can handle it while you do that if you want.
All right, I am going to do that real quick.
We're in good hands. I can work on my physical strength. I can put on some moisturizer. We'll be fine.
I think from now on, whenever something bad happens with Xavier, I'm going to start abusing the Stormtrooper.
I like that. It's like your little voodoo doll. Wet Sean Miller, it's time. Time to get moist. The moistness has not been to my liking. I'm telling you what, my face is starting to feel kind of weird, but I don't care. We ball. All right, fellas. Let's track the chat, see what the hell's going on around here. Chat, what the heck is going on, man? Dude, Kenny was freaking out. I was worried, man. I thought we were cooked, man. So it goes. We back. We just wanted to do one. I mean, we were talking the other night. We always talk hella late because I get off work super late. But Kenny was like, you want to do a stream? And this was like last night or the night prior. I was like, yeah, might as well try to run it. So it was a little late, but we tried to run blah, blah, blah. Tried to run one anyway. It was just forever until the next road game. So we were like, F it, we ball. So I'm trying to get logged into this YouTube TV mumbo jumbo. I'm glad the game's at least gotten good, though. It was ugly. And I appreciate you guys jumping on, man. Like, not something you guys have to do. I know that we jumped on late, but the support's been really cool. You guys have been awesome in the chat. We really hope this is something that is fun for you guys and something you guys can take ownership of and kind of make into whatever you want. I know Kenny's super excited about it. We're all really excited about it. So appreciate you guys jumping on, as always. Ooh, low key. I know I can't see the game, so I'm probably being annoying as hell right now, getting stuff set up here. Movie recommendations. I've been on like an older movie run. I was always one of those guys who like people would always dog me for not seeing like classic movies like The Godfather, for example. People are like, you haven't seen that? And I'm like, no, I was born in 92, man. And I was always like a late 90s comedy guy. But I've been watching some older movies, been digging some 80s, 90s vibes. So if you got any movie recs, I would happily take them because I want to get wet. All right, I think we're probably cooking here. My hands are very moist. Just how we like them. Creighton 15, Colgate 12. Colgate to keep the gift that keeps on giving. That Jaron Cumberland has got to be one of my favorite clips of all time. All right, so I'm gonna say wait for Kenny on that. Sorry, this is probably not the most entertaining stream right now. Got some tech issues, but so it goes. Kenny's got a really large bladder, as you could probably assume. There he goes.
We're back.
We back.
Xavier winning yet?
I couldn't tell you, my friend. Would you mind going to the email account and typing in 89?
Ah,
Steve Smith's number, I think. Yeah, he was 89. Yeah.
got it.
My guy. Appreciate you very much. What's going on in the old game, my friend?
Not sure yet.
It might need a 15. Miles Davis's number.
Bro, these commercials feel like they're forever.
They're
And
still
there's
going.
so many of them. Huh?
They're still going.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's no way the game wasn't on while I was upstairs, right?
Yeah, there's no way. It says it needs a verification of a 15.
There you go.
Awesome.
Really angry at you, I guess.
Yeah, it's hating me right now. It's all good. I think we're in business. Appreciate you. All right. Oh man, they've ballooned the lead up to 13 already. So it looks like we should be getting close to back in action. All right, Kenny. It's time to rally, baby. We need one. We need a war here.
Duck?
No, the duck's at Coop's. I gotta start bringing that duck with me, man. That's on me.
All right, let's go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, we lost him. Oh, they went back. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see that. Okay, I don't know what just happened to Cat, but that was not me. That is not my technical issue. I'll tell you that much. Come on, Gitas. Oh. Dez step back 3. That's a tough shot. Let's see this spell. That was a pretty soft call. I'll give Houston that one. Yeah, Cap got swatted for sure. Don't know what happened to him. The link's still up. I don't know why he's not in here. Leave me out to dry here. Oh my goodness. Can't make free throws. Can't make 10-foot fadeaways. Got to get this figured out. Yeah, you know what? Oh, here we go. You there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep. What happened?
Cool. Yeah, dude. So I remember you telling me I was going to go get your charger, and I guess it wasn't plugged in all the way, and it just died on me. Like when I plugged it in, it looked like the light went off, but I don't know.
It's all good.
It's been one of those
really,
nights, man.
Everybody's been really nice to you in the chat since you left.
Oh, I'm sure. As is warranted. So let's see. Where are you at in the game, brother? I don't know why I can't hear you right now.
Sorry, 1507. Where are you at?
Cool. I'm at 1457.
Sorry.
You're all good.
I'm at 1450 now.
Oh, okay, great. We're right. We're right.
Oh, what a shot.
Hell yeah, shots. Let's go. There we go. Yeah, I could see him getting better real quick.
Flego, if you're at 806, we're in trouble.
806? That's insane.
Oh, who'd they call that on?
Yo,
there's no way they called that on Gitas.
That was tough.
What? The dude shot the ball in the Gitas' armpit.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Ball don't lie.
Hell yeah. I look like a crazy person on the stream. All right, boys. Time for a run. There we go. Okay. Call that Houston ball? What are we watching, fellas? Feels like there's still a ton of time. Ooh, I thought he touched it there. Okay, hell yeah. All right, musky ball. Let's see what we can get rolling here. Claude penetrating. Finished. Oh my God. Good. Claude's doing a good job getting in the paint, though. See if we can get these bigs in foul trouble.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, they could have called that.
I was just checking some stream stuff.
Oh, you're all good. What was going on in the chat when I was gone? He was dogging me.
Oh, no. Schlegel said that you got yeeted.
Did. Facts.
You got swatted out of here.
Oh, I did. By that Houston big.
I can't remember who it was.
Dude, our free throws are
Somebody said about time. Cap had it coming. I can't remember who it was, though.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Fair. Warranted. I've been cruising for a bruising for a long time. There we go, Des. All right, Kenny, let's go. We're in business. Let's get this thing going. Yeah, let's keep banging in there. Let's get it.
Gotta get the score right here.
Big banging guy. We need some stops.
Really looked like he stepped out of bounds there. You got
he went right around
rebound. Man. Okay.
All right. Let's go, boys. Physical strength, baby. Bob would be proud. Papa Cap would be proud. Tech on Kelvin. Okay. I think it's a good wall up.
How do you not come up with that ball right there?
I agree. 1,000%. That was ugly. It was a good initial wall up by Abu, though. But we got to get that ball. Kelvin had some choice words.
Oh, a nut punch.
Oh. The whole nut punch. Choosing Dez to shoot. Wait, so they did choose Dez to go to the free throw line? I don't know if that would be my choice. I mean, it's paying off.
Who else would it be?
Honestly, a good question. Depends on who's on the floor. If Davion McKnight's on the floor, I feel like I'd want Davion McKnight. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you got him in the giblets. Kelvin's not happy about it. That's okay. Doesn't break my heart. All right. Let's see if we can capitalize on this, Ken. All right. Only down 7. So we bounce back a little bit to get back into punching range.
Oh, good pass. Got to finish. Let's go.
Hey, yo. Papa Cat, let's go.
That was a hell of a pass by Abu right there. I didn't know he
actually really was. Abu's had some ugly looking passes. That was a really nice one.
Nice little high-low.
Absolutely.
Now we got to rebound. No fouls. That was
blow by. All right, all right. Yeah, I can't believe they didn't call anything.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Dez just being an athlete. Love it.
Exactly. Come on, boys.
Post up. Look at Gitas. He's got a guard on him.
You got him. Yeah.
Oh,
Huge
they
mismatch.
switched back.
Don't love Abu having the ball that deep. Come on. Let's get a good shot. Come on.
What is the call?
Offensive. Let's see.
No.
Hey, that's a bailout call.
They just called it on the. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna see. Look, watch. He gets him on. Yeah. As soon as you go into him sideways like that, if he had been turned the other way,
yeah,
I don't think they call it. But when you go into him sideways,
I'm not saying it was a bad call. I'm just saying that was a foul.
That's the one that I was. When I went, oof.
Yeah, I saw a tweet that I just got added in. This little PG. Speaking of what the refs are doing for Xavier right now. Wet Sean Miller would like it. Hey, we're right here now, man. I do think we've been blessed with a little couple calls here. Dez, my man. Ouch town population me. All right, let's see what we can get. Come on.
Yeah, this is a big possession right here.
The initial defense has been good. It's the rebounding lately.
Right. Look, that. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Get on the floor. Dude. Oh, my gosh, man. How many of these guys are just going to run it?
How did Sasha not get that, dude?
You got to get on the floor. You have to get on the floor for that ball. There's
one thing I remember about a Kenny Freeze before a certain water fountain got broken. He was willing to get on the floor.
Oh, my gosh, man. But
bro,
you see,
they're
all just like they're all standing up on the feet and they're just tickling the wood.
Pause.
Whoa!
Easy, Ken. Easy. Hey, there's one for the future intro.
Right, exactly. Just tickling the wood.
Roll blob after
dark.
Out.
Dude. Oh,
all right.
Shot clock violation.
God, there's still 12-15.
Fall hard. No, not me, man. I was graceful. When I dove on the floor, I just slid across like a penguin.
That would definitely be your animal comparison for sure.
Probably. That or a moose.
Because those are similar. All right. It's turned into a foul game here. I'm not mad about it.
No, me neither.
Oh no! I think I just saw a tweet that's going to make me upset.
Don't do that to me, man.
Does anyone have the free throw stats? All right, hell yeah, Dalen. Thank God. I would love to see what the free throw stats are. Actually, I would not love to see what they are, but I'm interested to hear what they are.
Right.
Let's see if we can get two. Dalen shooting 75% from the stripe. I'll take it. All right, boys, let's go. Down 3. We are back. Let's freaking go.
13 for 19.
That's actually not as bad as I would have thought.
Just some quick math there.
Slagle, you've been good, and a friend of Kenny's a friend of mine. I'm in. Officially sold.
You'll probably end up meeting Slagle at some point because I think he's going to come to a game with me.
Heck yeah.
He's got to make a long drive for him, but okay, good defense. Dude, I'm telling you.
Yo.
You hold them to one shot, and they can win this game.
Absolutely. Take it to the cup.
Okay. Good rebound.
I'm not mad. Come on, baby. Come on. Okay. Let's see if we can recover here.
Is Gitas a better shooter than everybody on the floor right now? No, Olivari's in. Never mind.
Oh, there's an Olivari, yeah.
Dude.
Decent idea.
That's a good foul.
Yeah, that is a good foul. We weren't recovered at all. I'm not mad at that. Hey, down 3, boys. We're right where we want to be.
Come to the G-Town game.
We are right where we want to be. Where does he live? Is he up near DC?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I actually regretted not going to a G-Town game. I was stationed at Fort Meade, Legs, if you know where that is. So I was probably I was probably like a 30-minute drive from DC. Well, like 30 from Baltimore, 40 from DC. Really wanted to go to a Georgetown game. I'm pissed I never did. Kenny, man, how you feel, man? We're right there.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, yes, we are right there. It's nice. I'm happy about it, but it's just hard to be super optimistic or enthusiastic, whatever you want to say, when it seems like we're giving up a second chance at scoring every single possession.
Yeah, it's been tough. That's going to be the key. I think we're also going to need some offensive rhythm down the stretch here. I could see us kind of getting walled up when it gets to crunch time, but we'll see.
Yeah, I agree.
This is going to hit you with some crazy out there basketball analysis. We're going to have to hit some shots. That's a bold statement, but yeah,
Whoa.
I know. Why
don't you ease up there, Cat?
I know.
I'm just trying to enjoy the game, man.
I know. I didn't mean to just didn't mean to have a mental explosion there. That's not worse than tickling the wood. Mental explosion's okay. I think it's a good time. We should get sponsored by Neutrogena or something. It's a good time for a Neutrogena moisture break. You want to tell me on this one? Face is plenty moist.
I can't imagine anybody I'd rather be sponsored by the Neutrogena.
Wet Sean Miller, what's your moisturizer of choice? Or are you just all natural kind of guy? Yep, belly and chest getting plenty moist. Got some moist nips. Not to brag. Grandpa, what was your legacy? Well, I made my nipples moist on a stream.
That might be another one for the intro.
In front of 6 grown men. When's that OnlyFans getting started? I'm liking energy.
I did hear about the OnlyFans from our Twitter page. I've yet to see any content though.
I think between the 4 of us, if we utilize our individual strengths, I think we got something.
Probably.
I think between the 4 of us, we make a damn near perfect human. Physical strength watch. Let's go.
Oh, Sliggle's looking for some feet pics.
That's not my strength. That's not my weakness, but it's not my strength. Wet ones, baby. Dude, that would be a good name for the student section. Wet ones.
Whoa.
Wet ones. Let's play a little D, fellas. Let's go. Dude, I love the defense right now. Hopefully I can say I love the rebounding.
Rebound.
Tough shot.
Let's go. Get on.
Good box,
no
baby.
numbers.
Good box. Let's run.
Please. Let's just relax. No numbers. Just run the offense.
Yeah, do what Kenny said, not what I said.
What'd you say?
I was like, let's run, baby. Let's go. I'm just jacked up.
Got it.
I feel like Dez does not want the 3 ball right now.
Yeah, but that's just that's a foul because you're frustrated. I mean, now we're 2 fouls away from the bonus.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no reason for that. Yes,
again,
he did get fouled on his shot. Look, he didn't get fouled. And then look, he just runs into the guy for no reason. He's not even going for the ball. He just tried to take him down.
Yeah. He was ready for that play to be over. Yeah, and I think that comes down to Dez not having confidence in his 3. Like, in an ideal world, you take that open 3.
Yep.
I think he's lost his confidence. He's been shooting pretty rough from 3 the last couple games. He's not a bad shooter. He'll be fine, but right now I don't think he has confidence in it. Defense been so solid for the Muskies. Fantastic defense. Oh, my God.
I'd be interested to know. Number one, okay, man, there's just not a lot of scoring in this game. I keep looking down thinking that I don't have the score right.
Ooh, Wet Sean Miller. Aquaphor is elite. I don't know if it gets wetter than Aquaphor.
Yeah.
Elite moisture.
Aquaphor is my go-to for when I got tattoos.
Oof. How many you got?
Just two.
Just two.
Probably getting more soon.
Roll Blob tattoo.
As soon as we hit a million, actually, as soon as we hit 10,000 subs, I'm getting a Roll Blob tattoo.
Tickling the wood tattoo.
I think 10,000 subs is a legitimate goal.
Yeah.
Get there in like 4 or 5 years, and then I'll get Roll Blob on my butt cheek.
Kenny Freeze nuke. Can we sell tickets to like the tattoo shop? Watch it live. There could be some good OnlyFans content. All right, boys, down 4. Still 10 minutes left. I feel like the second half is still a ton of time left. Dalen trying to cook. Their defense has been amazing so far, too. Oh, my God. What about the body there, Chief?
I'm freaking muted. I'm over here talking, just my mic's muted. And...
You're good, bro. What were you thinking?
Number one, it didn't look like a foul in real time.
Yeah, agreed.
And it was not a foul in slow time. Maybe his body hit him. But
I think he got him with the body. But
they really just don't have. They don't have a lot of faith in Abu down low. It seems like he's getting good position.
No, they really don't. I do think that his scoring ability has been a little underwhelming. Let's go, Gitas.
That's what I was.
I don't think he's been bad scoring the ball, but he's not like a Nunji where I feel like he can kind of just get you buckets. Dalen's free throw shooting low key fire right now. My man, we are wet. We are on wet watch. 12-1 scoring run in the last 6 minutes. Let's freaking get some stops. Look at all that foul trouble.
Hey, Dalen.
Ah,
easy.
I would like to quote Juwan Howard, shock the world tonight, Kenny. Sean's looking ready. Oh. I hope Dalen's not in foul trouble because he's been really, really valuable.
Man.
18 blocks.
Xavier has the same amount of offensive rebounds as Houston right now. That doesn't sound right.
It does not sound right at all. Definitely not the same points off of him, that's for sure. I don't think you got numbers there, Des.
There you go.
I like the back out there.
That's got to be a shot right there. I like that shot. I don't.
Good shit, Abu. Yeah, I agree. That's Gitas' mid-range is very nice. How many fouls he got? So Paula, I actually remember it was freaking Jawan coming out of the tunnel. He said, "We gonna shock the world. We gonna shock the world. I told you we're gonna shock the world." I've seen that Fab 5 documentary like 7 times. Jalen Rose said, "We hate Ohio State," which I also agree with. Holy shnikes. Come on, Abu. For the love of the lower bowl, come on, Abu. Abu!
Oh. They called a foul on Gitas there?
Tough to watch. Yeah, it's a grinder. It's a grinder. Abu's free throws were not easy to watch. Not only did they miss, they did not look good. Didn't give me the warm and fuzzies, Kenny. Not at all.
No. But
anyone have foul trouble watch? I think if we can get this.
That's what I'm trying to find. The stat thing that I just pulled up did not have anything on there.
Dude, I imagine. I'm not listening to any audio right now, but I imagine Cintas is in rare form tonight, chirping at the refs.
Yeah.
When you get late into a game like this at Cintas and the refs, you get a bad call, Cintas gets nasty.
So
sounds like Kiki Tandy had a good night. All right, boys, let's get it.
They have 2 guys with 4 fouls.
Okay. Let's go, Gitas! physical strength. Gatus Namishka. Papa Cap loves it. Step back 3 ball. No, sir. Good track down. What do we got? Give me Houston foul.
No. It's a foul on a boo.
Tickle the wood. That pisses me off, Kenny.
Tickle the wood. McKnight has 4 fouls right now.
Ooh, that's not good. Dude,
McKnight's
Gatus is 4. A dog. No field goals for Houston for the last 7:24. Lordy. Shouts to Adam Bow. Let's get some misses.
There's no way that Abu only has 2 fouls, right? This has to be. Oh, they missed a free throw.
Right. Let's go. Return of the favor. Down 2, 8:45. 3 of 9 from Houston from the line this half.
Yeah. Oh, that's a foul. There we go. I thought they weren't going to call it for a second. He grabbed them.
Hey, we're going to have a shot, Kenny, if we hit some throws. This one's going to come down to putting the ball in the basket. Hot take. Hot freaking take. Abu has 3, McKnight has 4 per wet Sean Miller.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the. Okay, it's updated now, but they have 3 people with 4 fouls. The guy that just fouled Francis has 4. Sheed has 4, and Tugler has 4.
I feel like their whole roster has 4. Sheed, Francis,
Roberts has
Tugler,
3.
Hardly know her.
Yeah.
I might pay Gus Johnson
I'm more of a tickle the wood kind of guy.
Oh, good man. I might pay Gus Johnson to do a cameo of Wet Sean Miller. That would sound so good. Wet Sean Miller. Maserati Ma. I feel like Houston's offense is not sophisticated at all. Nope. They don't do anything. Let's go. Strength, physical. 49's Dez trying to cook. Love the game Dalen's played tonight.
Okay, Gatus. Oh, my.
Yikes. They've got some erasers. We need that 5th foul for one of those guys. Yeah, that was ugly.
It was such a good move, and then he got to the rim, and it was just like...
And it wasn't even close.
Oh, wow. That's a tough shot right there.
It is crazy sometimes how it looks like they'll have an easy layup, and it just gets erased so easily.
Yep.
First field goal in more than 8 minutes for Houston. Kenny, we were talking about kills before the game the other night. I think we might have gotten some kills. To put it lightly.
Why doesn't it show? It doesn't show Houston's fouls at the bottom of the screen for some reason. It's only showing Xavier's fouls. Oh, he did lose the ball too.
The fix is in. The fix is in, I guess.
That's a tough shot, man.
We already got to deal with it from ESPN. Now we're dealing with it from Fox. Come on, man. All right, baby. Come on.
Dude, hey. I mean, if I told you it was a 2-point game, we're going to the line with 8 minutes to go, I'm taking that.
You can't ask for anything more than this. Vibe check, chat. How wet are we in terms of emojis? From 1 to 5 wet emojis, how wet are we? I am pretty freaking wet. Speaking of wet, it's time. It's time. Yep, get in there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think this one's going to the undercarriage. Just kidding. The wood's plenty tickled. This is going legs and ankles. Little neck action. Arms. Wet. Kenny's making the insides wet. Pause. Jesus.
That's absolutely penalty. That is uncalled for.
If it wasn't just us two, that would be easy penalty box.
Hold on now. I gotta.
Yeah, that was foul.
Oh, you're lucky I can't mute you. That was mute worthy for sure.
I can be a man of honor and mute myself.
Right.
You need Coop to save you right now.
Slagel, That's just part of watching the Roll Blob podcast, man. You're gonna start getting ads for lotion. I don't know what to tell you.
Targeted ads. It's gonna be brutal. I'm wetter than Larry Austin on a horse. Elite picture.
Aberdeen Blades. Wetter than Larry Austin on a horse. Is that legal?
Elite picture. If you know, you know. Kenny, what was your favorite like extracurricular activity that you guys did as a team? Was it the yearly mile?
I mean, I wouldn't consider that to be extracurricular.
How much did that suck?
It really wasn't that bad because I mean, we were always in shape because we worked out every day. Right. But
why the hell was Redford so fast?
Slagle's definitely been around with some of the curriculars.
Oh,
I can't say that word. Curricular.
Oh God, I would love to hear what Sean's saying right now.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Wetness levels are looking immaculate. Let's go. If anyone has spark notes,
pull it up in time to hear him say, "This is what we work for."
Getting wet. Hey, he's not wrong though. I mean, you're right there, man. This is it. Would love to say something obvious here and close this one. It would be really, really nice to get a signature win under your belt here. No matter what, it's been a good showing to make it this close, but
right.
Would love to close this one. Most obvious statement of all time. Gonna come down to the stripe tonight.
A lot of bed bonfires. Oh, dude, what a night that was.
What the hell's a bed bonfire?
Exactly what it sounds like. We burned 2 giant box springs and 2 giant mattresses.
Oh, it's literal. You're literally making a bonfire out of a bed. Yeah. 17-5 run. Des goes 1 of 2.
Come on now. That's a travel. That was, I mean, I don't understand how they don't call that. The dude has he's pivoting on his right foot, and then he makes his first step with his right foot. It's so annoying to watch.
Yeah. Heard that Cintas is electric.
Look at the student section right now. Look at all those
the wet ones.
The wet ones.
Dude, I love that nickname for the student section.
I know.
That would be fire.
Dude, so that night when we built that bonfire, we had to move cars because it got out of control.
Where
and it was on Clinay, like right next to school.
Damn.
Don't even think about it. Okay. It's a block.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay. All right, back to the stripe. The free throw line could be our best friend tonight. Kenny,
yeah, Alex,
how do you feel?
I've never been to Frankenmuth, but I've heard that it's a nice little. What is it? It's a really good Christmas city, right? They have it's like the Christmas capital of the U.S. or something. I think I remember.
Okay, that's an interesting little factoid. I feel like Des is doing a decent job at the line tonight.
There you go. 59-20 Clinay.
Well-hidden moles inside of Cintas are saying that it is electric in there tonight. Let's go. First lead since 6 minutes in the first half. Go nuts. Go ape shit. Let's freaking go.
I heard Cap say something about the Popes coming back, but I didn't see it yet. That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, I love it.
I see it now. I was too flustered earlier to be worried about the outfits of the student section.
No matter what. Dude, I'm about to go freaking nuclear if we win this freaking game.
Is that true, Slagle, or is it just like a town that looks like Frankenmuth?
It's very specific ratio, 7 out of 12.
Hey, it's not 50%.
Not 50.
It's not 75%. Damn.
Looked like a good defensive stand there from Sasha. Ooh, that looks clean to me, Ken.
Yeah.
That's tough. That is not helping my moist levels.
No. All right. Tie game. It's a fact. Okay.
I think we might have a free throw shooting contest on our hand here, Kenny.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that really falls into our favor, but we'll see.
It's been better in the second half than Houston has. That's a good looking free throw. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what this offense can string together.
I don't know
here.
if it was letting the boys play or if they were letting Xavier play. Here comes
what is it now?
Here come the makeup calls.
Something
Look,
offensive?
they're still not showing Houston's fouls, only the timeouts.
Sean's going crazy. Catholic refs. People are saying it. God, Sean's going ballistic.
Yeah. When
You
he
had
gets
to know
into
this
that
had to be a
mode,
tough
when
week
he
of
gets into
practice.
that mode too, it's scary.
Dude. Possessed. Wet and possessed.
Come on, baby. Good closeout.
Oof. Got him on the jab.
That's a
tough
tough shot. Tough
Hell
shots
yeah.
and rebounds. Let's go.
Thought he was going to get the roll there. I don't know about the numbers here, Quincy. Let's pull this one back.
Get yourself into bad situations, man. Bad situations, just sitting there holding the ball on the baseline.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, let's be aggressive and get some foul calls.
Well, and it's exactly right. It's a drive with no purpose.
Nothing there. Hey, the defense is doing the job tonight, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Terrible pass.
All right. One more pick and roll you got to guard.
Give me that.
There we
go.
Give me that. Finally call one on them. Is that his fifth? Who is that?
Let's go. That's got to be a foul out. That's got to be a foul out. I think he had 4.
Is that on Sheed?
I think so. Yes, sir.
That's Tugler. That's his 5th. He's gone.
Oh, it's Tugler. Let's go.
I think it was.
Tugler
right?
hardly know her.
Yep.
Get
he's out.
Now get.
Oh, that was a grade A bubble that coach just blew on the sideline there. Did you see that?
Elite bubble. Simple pleasure in life seeing an elite bubble.
Come on.
Get it out. Get it out.
2 people. Oh, another one.
Going the other
and
direction.
we finally make a 3. We finally make a 3 and they call another offensive foul on a screen. That's like the 4th one.
Very dry of you. Very dry of you.
Probably shouldn't say that on stream.
Sorry.
I was going to go to the workaholics. Very loose.
Thanks for reeling me in.
Rebound. Oh, boy. You got to get up. You got to get up. You got to rebound. You can't let the guard take it from you. What's going on here? And then you're going to get a foul.
There's
and then you're just going to get a foul.
Abu was way behind on his foul quota. Way behind. Someone from the bench was like, Abu, you only have 1 foul. He's like, oh, my God. And, like, if I'm Sean, I'm telling our guys, do not foul. Houston is missing everything. The only way they're scoring points is from fouls. Yeah. Oh, now Abu's up to 4. Now we're back. All right, Sasha.
Yeah.
What's up the short game going on there?
Shorts. This dude's got 4 fouls too.
Come on. I don't want Sean to sweat in vain. Let's get a W.
Need to put a tarp out for Sean. That's when you know the game's going well, I feel like, when he's...
Absolutely. That's a tough take. Give me a foul. Oh, my God, good pass.
Here, man. And
what the hell happened? Oh,
we're only making the threes that don't count. 3 for 14 right now.
This would be such a big win, man. Stepping out of bounds. It's from where he has his hands like this. Like, oh, yeah. It's so sweaty right there, dude. Uh-huh. Drenched.
I know, Slagle. It's crazy.
Come on, fellas. Okay. Getting stops. Good rebound. Come on, baby. I'm seeing so many tweets about the hometown whistle right now. Nothing there, man. Got to quit picking up that dribble foul. Oh, my God. Dez has been brutal with the turnovers. And again, Kenny, we were talking about this at half. Like, there's just no offensive flow right now. And it's tough. I mean, Houston's defense is really good, but it's been the consistent theme all season. And a foul. F. Suboptimal. Is this as ugly of a foul fest that you've seen in quite some time? I think you're muted, by the way, pal. I think you're muted. Zooted and muted.
No, 45 fouls in this game.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it feels like we've been in the double bonus forever.
Right. Well, and two offensive possessions in a row that Dez dribbles down to the baseline with nowhere to go?
I think so.
Like,
I don't know if it was 2 in a row.
It looks like he's dribbling just to get to that spot.
I know. Yeah, Roy, I agree. He's had a tough go of it the last 5 minutes or so. He's going to have a lot of growing pains. But I mean, again, with Claude, and I'm beating this drum again here, but you're asking a lot out of a guy that, I mean, I feel like the vibe this offseason was Claude's going to be our best player. Like, I feel like that was the overall vibe. A freshman that was barely counted on last year. So it's definitely a huge step up in role. Oh, here we go, man. This is it. Final war. Gonna need some things to go right, Kenny. Gonna need, especially free throws.
Well, I'm gonna save my my comments until the game's over.
Fair enough. I'm going to refill the wet container. Be right back.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It is now or never.
I would have not. I mean, the score of this game, what was the over-under? Do you know?
No idea.
Anybody? Wet Sean Miller, you know?
You got to think the under's hitting tonight.
I was going to say, there's no way it was like 110.
I mean, I'm sure it was low, but goodness gracious. Yes, the spirit of Jamel McLean.
The over-under was 138.5.
Oh. Yikes. And that's relatively low, but we're at 107.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. If it was 140, I would have pounded the under if I had known that. Oh, Jamel McLean prayer circle.
Oh, 140, okay.
Bless us. If there was ever a time to put a fake mustache on Tu Holloway and Brad Redford, it's now. Yeah. If we had Tu Holloway, we'd probably win this game by 8 points.
Because he'd score 17 in the last 3 minutes.
19 of 21 from the free throw line. Come on, I did not put moisturizer on my ankles to lose this game, boys. Let's go.
Okay. This is a miss. I can feel it. So I'm not even gonna reach for the. Damn it. Come on. Wow. He looks comfortable up there, you could say. All right.
Where you at in the game,
Gotta
Kenny?
come out. Gotta come out with a bucket right here.
Where are you at right now, Bo?
312.
Okay.
Where are you at?
No.
Where are you at?
Mine's like resetting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mine paused for a quick second. I'm gonna go back to live and I'll catch up with you.
Come on. Stay strong. That's a tough shot. Nice.
Hell yeah. So I think I'm a little bit in front of you. If you want, when the ball gets in, if you want to let me know where you're at.
I'm at live right now.
Okay. 33, 32, 31.
I don't know what's going on then. I'm just a little bit. Whatever.
Oh, Des got absolutely erased. Been a tough last 4 minutes here. Absolutely need to stop. And you know, it's still not that far, man. We can get some free throws here. Need to stop, need a rebound.
I mean, you need a
absolutely nothing there. Let's go. Our ball. Oh, man. I want happy ice cream tonight, Kenny, not sad ice cream.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Whoopsie.
It happens. All right, minute 56. Need a score here. Let's see what Quincy can do with the line here. Come on, Quincy. Yes, sir. Big time.
You're like 1 second ahead of me.
Okay. I did a quick pause.
I'm not too worried about it.
Let's go.
Here we go. Come on.
All right, one possession.
Gotta have a stop. Gotta have a kill to win the game at least. They're at 2 stops right now. I know. I think they're at 1 stop.
Ah, tough freaking take, man. Tough freaking take. That was big. All right. Need something here. Good job.
Dude's got 21 tonight.
I mean, you like that look.
Points is
A little bit of a lazy pass, but I like the idea.
got to be up towards the corner of the backboard, man.
Yep. So definitely danger zone here. Let's see. Dalen up to a boo.
Come on, man. Oh, that's a foul. Call it.
Tough shot. Good fight, Abu. Really, really tough shot. Nothing there.
This is the game right here.
Yep.
Can't be going over 3 possessions.
Yeah, I think the story, obviously the game's not over, but the story of the last 3 or 4 minutes has just been nothing on offense. Absolutely nothing. I mean, we haven't even been getting good looks.
Definitely got to put some English on that pass.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Sit.
And again, it's a tough Houston defense.
The high-low pass is just one of those passes that you can either do it or you can't. Like it's all touch, and he had him sealed. That's a layup if the pass is good, but whatever.
Proud of the fellas for getting back into it, though.
Yeah.
But it's not over. I will say it doesn't look good, but it's not over. It just sucks, man, because it's like this team's fighting and hanging in there. I just don't think we have the chops yet to finish these kind of games out.
Dude. I mean,
I just saw
they've made 7 more free throws than us.
We have no field goals in the last 8 minutes.
Dude, they're shooting 16 of 51 from the field. We're shooting 20 of 60.
Holloway just tweeted, sheesh.
Yeah. Hopefully he's not ahead of, or hopefully he's not ahead of us, unless it's a good thing.
And again, I mean, we're playing the team that's ranked number 1 in KenPom.
Right.
But it's been frustrating. You need a stop like Wet Sean Miller needs moisture, and that is not good.
Come on. You're going to have to be quick.
3 possession ball game. See if we can get anything cooking. I don't hate the early look there. Okay. I don't hate the early look at all.
Well, I don't hate any shot that goes in.
No, not at all. Not. And I mean, I think sometimes in those late situations, like everyone just passes up the shot. Like someone's got to shoot it. You're not going to get the most amazing look in the world. You just got to shoot it. So a big shot from Quincy there keeps it interesting, at least.
Yeah.
Gonna have to foul.
4 for 16 from 3.
Muskies? Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal.
Deppel.
Certified DePaul stand. Whew.
I do remember you saying that, Royer. He's not going to make the ones we want, but he's going to make the ones we need.
So true. I love that statement about him. I like the press.
You know.
Cut him off. Cut him off. You got a foul. Yep. Okay. Ah, man. Hoping for some missed free throws, obviously. Down 4 is tough against this Houston team.
Yeah, Royer, I agree. I think when you're looking at the game, like an overhead view of the game, I agree with you. But when you're watching the game, it's just hard to see. It's hard to see when he should have gotten the ball. You know what I mean? Like play by play, you kind of watch it, and I shouldn't say when, but how he could have, because some of the positions we get stuck in, it's just like, how are you supposed to get the ball to your shooters?
Yeah, I agree. Perfectly said. See if we can get anything cooking here. Someone's got to shoot it. Pretty solid little take. We're getting quick buckets. I don't know where the hell this was, but
you got to have a steal off this inbound.
Because if we foul their guards, I don't think they're going to miss free throws. I can't believe how hard we've looked for buckets all night, and then we just get something like that.
Right. Well, Snead has 5 fouls too, or 4 fouls. I mean, so he's definitely looking to play a little bit weaker there.
Papa Cap just tweeted or just texted the group about getting tougher inside. So cue the physical strength.
That's crazy, dude. Olivari is the only person to make a 3 this game.
Oh my god. He has 4 by himself.
Yep.
Oh. Missing Trey Green tonight for sure.
Nemishka 0 for 1, Claude 0 for 5, McKnight 0 for 3.
Yeah, I think Claude's getting a lot of hate right now, but like the missed 3 number and the turnover number was pretty rough tonight. You're getting a lot of good and bad from Claude.
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Houston played 10 guys tonight.
Wow.
But they have the same amount of guys that scored. 7 and 7. Come on. We need something here. Nice little tip ball, something.
Just a brutal basketball. Hey, you made him call a timeout. Not mad about that. Just not an easy game on the eyes, man. It's been brutal.
Yeah, but what that guy just called it. He just called a timeout at like the 2 count.
Yeah, it seemed early. And again, when we're not listening to audio, it's kind of hard to tell, but that did seem early for sure. But, positives, man. I mean, it looked like it was going to be an absolute boat race when we started this game. So, and again, I mean, we've shown that we can hang with good teams. I mean, played Purdue tough at Purdue. Really had Houston, right where you wanted them with 4, 5, 6 minutes left here.
Right.
All right, we can play with really, really good teams. Obviously, I think the key this season is going to be winning games that are going to be those 50-50 games. So you got to beat teams like Providence. You got to beat teams like Seton Hall this year. Like I'm not anticipating we're going to go to UConn and win. I'm not anticipating we're going to go to Creighton and win. But we're going to need those 50-50s.
I don't know exactly what it was, Alex. I know he's not playing, obviously, but I don't know if it was illness or.
I heard illness. Yeah, I don't know what, but I heard illness. So that's good. There's no injury concern. Yeah, it's not over. It's just going to be it's a tough one. No Dez the rest of the way. And I think Dez is kind of getting a tough beat from the fans right now. I think he's been put in a pretty tough position.
I mean, another thing that people don't, I don't think people talk about as much is like I think he has the ability to be Xavier's go-to guy in certain aspects of the game, but does he have the mental state or the mental status to do it? You know what I mean? Does he want it? Yeah. Does he want to be that guy? I would assume that you would want to be it, but it's just you're always under a microscope when you're playing high Division I basketball, but he even more so now. He everybody's looking at everything he does. It's like he had 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, which not a terrible night, but you go 0 for 5 from 3.
Free throws, turnovers. But I think we got to let him develop and become what he's going to be. I mean, we don't know what he's going to be yet. He's still he's a sophomore that's 7 games into his sophomore season. Let's give him time to develop. But it's a tough position.
Yeah.
But this team doesn't have the luxury though of given a ton of time. So he's been put in a tough spot, but his career is far from over.
No, I like I said, I think that he has the talent. I think that the 3-point shooting is going to be one of those things where he either gets better at it or he doesn't. You know what I mean? So he has to figure out how he wants to play the game. If he's going to get better at 3-point shooting, I mean, there have been great players that aren't great shooters. So
I think he's
But
got a
tonight,
decent three ball. I think it's going to take some work and some confidence. I think right now he just has no confidence in his three ball.
well, and tonight's a showcase of that.
Yeah.
If Xavier's able to shoot, if they make one more three, it's a one possession game right now. If they make two more threes, it's just like it's tough, man.
What happens if you have Trey Green tonight and you get two threes? He really could have stretched his defense out. But it sucks, man. It sucks to get this close and to lose, but overall, I'd say a pretty positive performance. And I think you're seeing growth in this team because this team could have rolled over and gotten absolute, their doors blown off after going down 16-4.
Yep.
So that is the ball game, going to 4-4, losing by 6 to the number one team in Ken Palm. And what seemed like a ruckus crowd tonight. Crowd seemed awesome. Started off on a terrible start, got back in it, free throw contest in the second half. Not the easiest game on the eyes, tough loss for the team, but I'd say overall a good performance.
Yeah. And you saw it from both teams. They both had their lulls where they weren't scoring, and obviously it was a low scoring game, ugly game, a lot of fouls. What was the final foul?
We did cover.
Yeah, we did cover.
Great teams cover.
50 fouls in the game.
Oh God.
That
should be illegal.
I mean, you're looking at an almost 2.5 hour game.
It was a slog.
That was a long game, man.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough parking lot. It's going to be a rough parking lot at Cintas tonight. I think there's a lot of unhappy Xavier fans leaving that one.
It's funny to me that they're showing these. Maybe they're just showing his scoring, but it's funny to me that they're showing these 3-point shots like they shot well. I mean, they only shot 7 for 22 from 3.
I know. And Ahmad brings up a good point. This could have been a win for Xavier with good free throws tonight. Even just solid. And I don't know what the final free throw number was. I'd be interested to see what it was, but I feel like even just decent to solid free throws, we might have won this game.
Yeah. And it's crazy, man. Like the difference in what the campus is like on the nights after they win games and they lose games. Like that, it's crazy. Like BJ's got to be punching the air right now that Xavier lost.
the contrast of what Dana's would have been like with a win tonight versus what it's going to be is insane.
Well, it was we went in there. What was it for? I was there with my cousin for the IU game last year. And like the arena was crazy. It was a great game and they lost, and BJ closed Dana's at like 1 because there was nobody in there.
Yeah. And
can you imagine if they go in there and beat Indiana?
Oh, insane.
He would have been pushing people out the door at 2:15.
Easily. But that's what I love about this university, man. And what makes it so fun is like we genuinely just love ball, man. Like good or bad, I don't care how good Xavier is, how bad Xavier is. We love Xavier basketball. No matter, it's everything at this school, which I love.
It's tough seeing, and I do think too that that's going to be a game that when they're looking at for the tournament, we have that bad loss to Oakland, but then Purdue and Houston, they're losses, but I don't want to call them good losses because there are no good losses, but they're better losses than Oakland.
Yeah, optically they're good. This just would have been a huge one. If you could close this one out, man, you have something to hang your hat on, like a huge one. Because now now we're 4-4. Like we got a lot of work to do, and the Big East is going to be no walk in the park. So you're going to have to win those 50-50 games, man. Like we said earlier, I think that's the outlook of this season. It's going to come down to, can you close out on the road against Butler? Can you close out on the road against, DePaul and Georgetown? I think that's going to be where the season is made.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what this coming week of practice is going to be like. They get to play on Tuesday. So, I mean, but then just kind of like you're playing Delaware, and not to overlook that game, nothing bad against Delaware.
The Blue Hens.
The next game is UC, and you're just like, like how do you keep that focus as a player, as a coach? I mean, I know fans can't do it because everything this week is going to be about the shootout. Nobody's going to be talking about Delaware, But like, that's going to be
respect on the Blue Hens though. Put some respect on the Blue Hens. But man, you talk about the shootout. This is an interesting year for the shootout because I feel like most years, like the shootout isn't as needed from a resume perspective in the moment. You know, like most years we're like in a really, really good spot. We're like in the top 25. You need a win right now. Like the shootout in and of itself is what it is, but like we need a win for our resume. Like I said, we lose that game, we're probably 5-5. That's because 6-4 versus 5-5 is a much different story.
Yeah.
DePaul up 6 on Iowa State.
Especially if one of those wins is Houston. You know, that would have been.
I know. Yeah, and that's what hurts is like this would have been probably immediately like a 9-15 spot jump in, overall, where we stand as far as the tournament's concerned. So it hurts to not close this one out, but it's tough.
You're 4-4 now.
But when you spot a team that's this good defensively, and you give them 16-4 to start the game, you're playing uphill all game.
Dude, the crosstown shootout, like, man,
dude, it's gonna be scrappy.
Because I can tell you right now, everything that I just said about the fans overlooking Delaware and all, like, I can tell you right now, my ass is overlooking Delaware. Like, I cannot wait for this crosstown shootout, man. It's just. There's something about it. Like I tweeted a couple times during the Ohio State Michigan game, and I don't think that it's to that level of just like, tradition and everything. But obviously for me, being a part of it, played it 4 times, like that, it's different. And you saw just from when Xavier, the Zip 'em Up team played the Cincinnati team, like how hyped up they got and just. Everything. Yeah. It's something that you feel like it never goes away. That feeling of the crosstown shootout coming back, it never goes away. I still, to this day, when I think about that game, when I think about it coming up, I get like goosebumps, man. And I'm just the pent up energy and like just wishing that wishing I could play in that game one more time. It's so much fun. There's so much more than just 2 teams going out on the court and playing. And that's another interesting thing that you have to think about with this Xavier team. It's all new guys. How much do they really care about the crosstown shootout? Like, there's going to be a lot. It's going to be hyped up for them. Coach Miller, obviously, it means a lot to Coach Miller, obviously, because he's been a part of it so many times. How much of that is he able to instill in these new guys, the freshmen? I can tell you, when I came in my freshman year, we had sophomores, juniors, seniors, all the way down the line that were saying, be ready for this game. Like, I don't care what you have to do. Be ready for this game because we cannot lose it. And, just going through the history of everything, and I became a part of that really quickly. But it'll be interesting to see how our younger guys and these new faces handle it.
I think that's a big piece of it, too. I think it's advantage you see this year from what you're returning expect. Like, Victor Locken has played a pretty big role in some shootouts. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they return him, and they return a couple guys. I mean, the only guy we return is Dez, as we've talked about 500 times tonight. But I do think that's a big advantage. But it's going to be a scrappy shootout. Both teams, the UC perspective, they won it because they've lost 4 in a row. I mean, they've got to be starving for a shootout win. And we are going to be starving because it's just how our season's gone so far. We're 4-4 right now. Like, we need wins, man. Sean's going to have them hungry as hell going into that game. So I can see this one being really, really, really scrappy.
Let's say this. If they're not hungry, it will not be for lack of Miller trying. Because I can tell you right now that those, like, if they feel like they've been through an intense practice, they have no idea. They have no idea. When you're getting into those, they're going to have Wednesday, Thursday, well, not Wednesday because that'll be day after the game, but Thursday, Friday, and Friday. I mean, I don't know the way that I kind of forget about that. You're playing 2 games a week and all that, but so practices kind of start to go a little bit downhill. Now, mind you, I was playing on teams that, for the most part, other than my senior year when all those people got suspended, we were playing on teams for the most part where our practices didn't have to be crazy hard because we were all locked in and we knew what we had to do to get the job done. Not to say they weren't hard, don't get me wrong, but it's just, there was a level of leadership from the players that the coaches didn't really have to take that all on their own. Sorry, I'm watching this Iowa State DePaul game. I got to turn it off.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Iowa State's on a run. But no, you're right. It's going to be led by Sean this year, and and I think it's a tough thing to do to tell someone how crazy a shootout is, because I feel like until you've done one, until you've been to one, it's probably hard to describe how insane that environment is.
And Royer brings up a good point too. That he doesn't think the UC coaches have really understood it, and that's another thing. So it's kind of like they have their players that have experience, and Wes Miller. I don't know. I really don't know anything about the guy to say good or bad, but does he have that fire in him like Sean Miller, the Miller is going to have?
Rich man's Miller.
It's going to be.
Dude, I'm already getting fired up here, and you talk about it. This shootout's going to be you know how bad I want those 5 in a row, and to me, it's personal defending Cintas. Like, we don't lose at Cintas. Like, that is personal. Like, I obviously never want to lose a shootout, but I can accept it on the road if they've outplayed us. I can't accept a shootout loss at Cintas ever.
Right, and I mean, you saw after we lost to Oakland, CJ, aka Weeze, tweeted out, please tell me I'm reading this wrong. We did not lose at home to Oakland. That's something that we talked about, man. Like, I want to say, I mean, now obviously it wasn't the Big East where we were playing in the A10, but I don't know if we lost a home game and in a conference home game at Xavier, when I was there in my 4 years, it was only like 1 or 2. We didn't lose at home.
No.
I mean, ever. And we were playing, I don't know, like, that's the other thing that's kind of crazy to me. How like the stands weren't full for the Oakland game.
Yeah.
We didn't have, when I was there wasn't one home game, no matter who we were playing, that wasn't sold out. We were on like I want to say it was like 70 game home streak of selling out, and the only people that were above us was Kansas.
Yeah, I remember that era of like it just selling out all the time.
People didn't play around. You were going to the Xavier game. If you had a chance to go to the Xavier game, you weren't just missing it for some reason.
That kind of surprises me with, how much the brand has grown being in the Big East and having Sean Miller. I know it's a little bit of a down season,
right,
but it surprises me.
No, it's surprising to me too. And now there is this kind of, a lot of fans have it. A lot of people in general have it, that like, what have you done for me lately type of mentality. Yeah. But I just think with the history and the last 2 decades of Xavier basketball that have been, 80% have been good. To see the fans not filling the arena every single game, if we're playing St. Mary's School for the Blind or if we're playing Houston, it's frustrating to see that the fans aren't more excited about it. And I know like Xavier's not having a great year by Xavier standards, but I think being able to show that loyalty and all that stuff is something that, number one, obviously they got Miller coming back with a contract extension, but that's a way to keep coaches there. That's a way to just continue to build that brand and the atmosphere and all that stuff that you want to build as a program. And just to see the fans not be all in, even if the team's having a little bit of a down year, it kind of, I don't know. I guess that's just the nature of the beast, though.
If I can be honest, and we don't have to, ramble on this too much if you don't want me to, but like I was a little disappointed in like just the kind of entitled, spoiled mentality from Xavier fans, like during the Steel era, especially towards the end of it. Like I feel like we've kind of gotten a little spoiled, like being in the Big East, and I don't know if you feel that a little bit, but I feel like we as a program were a little bit hungrier back when you played, and even before that too. Like I just feel like we've kind of like been accustomed to winning for so long that like it's almost like we feel like we're entitled to win and entitled to go to the tournament and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that I've felt that when I was there. I mean, you definitely had your people, your students, the regular fans, and just like the diehard Xavier fans that just live and breathe it every single day.
Yeah.
You have those people that would get angry when you lost. But for the most part, it came out of a place of respect. Like they respected us to the point where they felt like we should be winning every game we played. So I definitely felt that part of it. But I do think that a lot of, kind of casual fans would get angry about things that they don't necessarily understand sometimes. And also, but you're right. I do think that there was a little bit of a spoiled mentality. But that starts to come along when in my opinion, that starts to come along when people start to lose faith in the head coach.
Yeah.
As long as people have faith in the head coach, no matter if the season's going bad or not, you don't see that as much as like at the end of Steel. Like if for some reason Sean Miller was to have a bad year this year and they, things spiral downhill, whatever it is, I don't think that there's going to be anybody out there that's saying, I mean, at least not enough people that would actually matter to the Xavier fan base that's saying we need to get rid of Sean Miller. Like nobody's going to say that.
No.
So you have this level of respect that comes with having a good head coach and a coach that you believe in.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's a little bit of a spoiled mentality because, I mean, what was it from 2008 to, I mean, I can't really speak too much about after I left because I didn't follow too much, but from 2008 to 2012, we went to an Elite Eight and 3 Sweet 16s. Like you start to feel that, like, okay, Xavier should just be there all the time.
This is what we do. Absolutely. But
I can't remember the president that said, you're only one generation away from losing the freedoms that we have. Like, it's very true in college basketball. You're one, maybe two bad recruiting classes away from Xavier being, just not great. So
winning's fragile. Winning is fragile in college, and you see it in college basketball, man. It's like you see, like how many schools there's zero. How many schools are like Xavier and just hit on head coach after head coach after head coach after head coach? Xavier's and I know Travis Steele wasn't like uber successful, but he didn't have a losing season. You know what I mean? Like he was ranked. Like they weren't terrible. Like we barely missed a tournament, I think almost every single year. And that's the worst head coach they've had. It's since like 1986. They've hit like 7 times in a row. Schools do not do that. And I do kind of want sometimes for there to be that reminder of like, we used to play in the Cincinnati Gardens. You know what I mean? We used to be rivals with Evansville. You know what I mean? Like I miss kind of that like scrappy mentality that we used to have. I remember like when Derek Brown was like a freshman, Stanley Brelty, they just seemed hungry. Like they seemed disrespected going into other teams, like those power conference schools or whatever. Back in the day, that was a thing. And they seemed disrespected. And they're like, we're going to show what we got. And sometimes I feel like there are days where I feel like, we're in the Big East now and our facilities have grown so much. We have chartered flights. And there are days where I feel like we kind of mail in a game against Georgetown sometimes. And I'm like, this would not have happened in 2005. You know what I mean? Like we would not have done that. Right. Just something that I've seen and something I think we need to be reminded of is where we've come from and how fragile winning is.
Yeah, and I to wet Sean Miller and Royer, I agree with what you're saying. I'm not saying that our fan base is spoiled in the sense of like,
right.
I don't think I do agree with you. There's a difference between being spoiled and maintaining expectations.
Yeah.
Right. I understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying that, for Xavier to go out and lose by 6 to the number 1 KenPom team, the number 6 team in the country, like, and I know that it's building, you lost to Oakland, you lose to Purdue, you lose to Washington, you lose to Houston. Now, I understand that it's kind of building this, feeling of dread almost, but I don't know. I do think that there is a fine line though between being spoiled and maintaining expectations. But I can tell from talking with you guys in the Discord, being on here, all that stuff, I'm not saying that you guys are spoiled fans. I'm saying that there are spoiled fans.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to lump the whole fan base as a whole. I've just seen more of it than I would like to see. Right. But honestly, too, you're talking about the season outlook right now. If we don't lose to Oakland, it's a totally different field today. Like, and I'm not saying things are terrible right now, but if you don't lose to Oakland, I feel like overall we're still feeling pretty dang good.
Yeah, you're 5-3.
Yeah, you're 5-3. Your only losses are to a Washington team that I think's underrated, at Purdue, who was number 1 in KenPom at the time, and then today to Houston, who was number 1 at KenPom at the time. Like, I can live with that. You know what I mean? And like the Washington game easily could have gone either way. This game could have gone either way. Like without the Oakland loss, I'm feeling totally different. And I still don't think the Oakland loss changes how I feel about the team, but it's how you feel about our prospects of making the tournament and how we look, just from a record and overall tournament resume.
Yeah, and the Washington game in particular, if that game is played at Xavier, I think it's a different story. I think Xavier still could go into Washington and beat them playing on a neutral court, and we talked about it during the stream. It's different. There's not a lot of that energy. You have to bring it yourself. A lot of that comes from experience. And in this, I don't know, probably not the same thing with Purdue because they played Purdue really tough. And I don't know, 9 out of 10 times I think Purdue beats Xavier, but I don't think it's out of the question that Xavier beats them if they have a good shooting night, if they're able to cut down on some of these turnovers, the fouling, and really the stupid fouls. Like when you're getting fouls for moving screens, that's a foul and a turnover. You know what I mean? So it's like that's a tough spot to be in when you're not only are you giving the ball back to them, but you're adding to your fouls. They're getting to the 1-and-1 faster. Guys are having to sit on the bench. It's just those are really bad fouls.
Yeah. I'd also be willing to buy low on this team because it seems like the schedule was created thinking that we were going to have Fremantle and Hunter. Because if you have Fremantle and Hunter, this is probably a fringe top 25 team, coming into the season. And you're obviously going to be better early on if you have Fremantle and Hunter, who are both well-known commodities and players that have played for quite some time and we know can produce and they know their roles. Like this team would have just had much more role definement, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like, this schedule is just brutal for the personnel that we've brought back. I'm not saying the personnel is bad, but just like to return almost nothing and have to start from scratch. This early season schedule is brutal.
Yeah, it is. And I really hope moving forward we start to see Olivari get some more positions to put himself in. But
yeah,
that's going to come from what's he doing in practice? Is he getting shots up? How is he doing just in life in general? But when he gets that chance again next game and the game after that, it's one of those things where you don't have the luxury of having, what he scored tonight, 17 tonight, played well, 4 for 7 from 3. Like I'm taking 4 for 7 from 3 every day. You know what I mean? Like I don't care.
Yeah.
That's a great percentage. So if he's able to continue to do that, then that's fantastic. But you don't really have the luxury when you want to be a volume scorer. You don't have the luxury of having games where you score 5 points and you kind of just fade into the background. So these games that are coming up, he's really going to have to cement himself into that role. And I think that, I don't know what I would say. Pretty much all Xavier fans would say, if he's able to cement himself into that role of being the scorer, then the Xavier team becomes better.
Massive. And people are saying it, Kenny. The boys need a stream W.
I know. We got one.
Who'd we beat?
Oh, wait. Is this only our third stream?
We're over 3, man. We Washington Purdue in this game.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Tough games, but we need a stream W. I don't want the stream to get canceled this early.
Oh, it's not getting canceled nowhere.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Better days ahead, man. And 3 of the 4 losses are, in my opinion, pretty damn tough teams. I think that Washington team is better than people think, at least thought coming into the season. But it's going to be an interesting stretch, man. You got to look yourself in the mirror and get some dubs here. That UC game, honestly, huge for multiple reasons now. It's going to be fun. Big East play is going to be insane, dude. Battle. Butler looks better than we thought. Like the Big East is. Big disappointment is Nova, but their disappointment.
So season of excess Fremantle and Hunter back.
Excess Fremantle and Hunter back. X even maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, I think that there was a pretty big recruiting push from Miller to go out and get those guys. It's not like I don't think that they were being right. I think that's true.
I think maybe it only would have been Gitas. Maybe. That's how I was reading the tea leaves, but I could be wrong. Now, Lazar seems like too good to pass up, like no matter what. But I'm not saying,
it's a
fair point.
He's obviously a very raw talent right now.
And I could see him being so good though. Yeah, he didn't get very much minutes tonight. Now we think about it.
No, he didn't. But I think that he's one of those guys that probably looks, that eye test in not warm ups in workouts. People are probably looking at him saying he's an NBA player, but he just needs to learn learn how to make it through the game, do things.
He's very raw.
Be thinking about rebounding, do the things that you can control, and then the offense will come to you. Because right now he does. I don't want to say he looks lost, but it looks like he's just mentally he feels like he should be doing better, doing more, and he's not because of could be because of the turnovers. I mean, we don't know how many times tonight. Nobody does. How many times tonight did they turn the ball over when they called a play for him to get a 3 at the top of the key, or how many times did they call it or turn the ball over one pass before he was getting a back screen for a lob? Like, we don't really know that stuff, so we don't know how much that kind of stuff is affecting his production right now. But if he was going out there and getting 10 rebounds and not really necessarily scoring, people would be saying like, okay, like he's finding his place on the court. So I think that he can do those things, but just you need to have the mentality to go do them.
Yeah, and this team's going to be tons of wild cards, man. Like, you have all these freshmen, there's going to be some wild cards on this roster. And then again, I mean, Trey Green, again, and that's why it kills me to see a Trey Green not play tonight because of how much potential he has, how good of a player I think he's going to be. Every game is huge right now for just his development, him getting confidence, and him getting involved in the offense. He could have easily hit a couple threes tonight. I honestly think that he's the best shooter on the roster. When he gets confident, I think he's going to be the best shooter on the roster. And then free throws too. Like, he could have been much better at the free throw line than what we saw tonight. So tough.
Yeah, Royer, I think they said he was sick.
Yeah, I think he had an illness before the game.
A non-injury sit out.
Yeah, he had. I think he had what Featherstone has.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, got the old feathers.
Have we ever actually seen Featherstone and Trey Green in the same place?
People are asking. Now I really need to get Ian better. But a tough one. It's a tough taste in your mouth. But I think just this game in a vacuum, you can't feel too bad about it.
No, and I don't. But that's the hard part is you can't look at the game in a vacuum.
Fair.
If this was the loss they had and they had beat Houston, they beat Washington, they beat whoever they would have played if they beat Washington, and then your only 2 losses are Purdue and Houston, then you're saying like, okay, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's, man, I'll tell you what. Just looking at the schedule, it's just like, oh my god, you have 3 more games until you go into just the grinder of the Big East, and one of those games is the Crosstown Shootout.
And 2, it's with how much college basketball has changed. How many conference games were you guys playing? Probably like 14 to 17 or something like that.
I don't think it would have been.
I don't think it was difference. I don't think it was 20. We're playing 20 league games now. That's a lot. I'll have to look at some old schedules, but I don't think we were playing 20 league games back in the day.
Let's see.
And especially with the quality of the Big East, 20 league games is a crap ton.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a completely different grind of the schedule for sure. But I think, let's just see.
Because too, I'm sure that for you guys, I remember back in the day, like, the scheduling in the non-con was way more intentional. Like, I remember you guys like going and playing Tennessee, but I feel like you probably might have, and you would have a good insight on this. Like, I wonder what it was like for you guys when you get to conference play. Was there like an exhale of like, oh, finally we get to play Duquesne at home? Like,
well, then for sure, but like, so I just looked at the 2010 schedule. We were 24-8, and we played our non-conference was. Oh man, I forgot about that. We lost to Bellarmine.
Oh.
That's a tough one.
Wow.
But Northern Kentucky, Western Michigan, IPFW, and then we went Iowa, Seton Hall, Old Dominion, which is whatever. We won against Wofford, but that was a triple overtime game.
Oh my god.
But then we used to play Miami of Ohio every year, which was a tough ass game.
They were tough.
Yeah, that they had but then we played Butler. And that was when Butler was good.
Yep.
Wake Forest, Gonzaga, Florida, Cincinnati, and then we went into conference play.
It was so much different.
Dude, that's wild. Cincinnati, Florida, Gonzaga, probably Miami. I don't know about Seton Hall. I mean, we played probably 5 non-conference playoff team or 5 non-conference tournament teams in our non-conference schedule. Our non-conference schedule was always like top 5 in the country.
Absolutely, because you were trying to pretty much jam Florida. In. Yeah, I mean, but the non-con was so fun back in the day. I'm not saying the non-con's not fun now, but it's like when you have, we're gonna have 17 games that are gonna be, top 100 games. I mean, other than at home against DePaul, I mean, they're all tough games. Like,
right.
And even at home against DePaul, they'll give us fits. And this team is, and this Xavier team this year is not going to be immune to losing a game that we should win, obviously. So it's going to be 20 battles, man.
I'm just looking at I'm looking at the year before.
Yeah, that'd be fun to go back and look at those non-cons.
The year before we played Marquette, Creighton, Baylor, Kansas State, Cincinnati, Butler, Miami of Ohio, LSU, Wake Forest.
Oof. God. See, it was just different, man.
Dude, and we went 26-9 that year.
I remember that Kansas State game. It was New Year's Eve, I think, at midnight against Michael Beasley.
Yeah.
Yeah. We shut him down too. I think he scored like 4 or 5 points.
Let's see what the 2011 was.
Bellarmine exhibition loss. I totally forgot about that.
That's a tough one.
That's insane.
2011, 2012. Let's see this one. So that year we played. This would have been my senior year. It was Morgan State, IPFW, and then Miami of Ohio, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Purdue, Butler, Cincinnati, Oral Roberts, Long Beach State, Hawaii. That was when all those guys were. The Oral Roberts to Hawaii game was when all those guys were suspended.
Oh shit!
That was one of our roughest years, actually, like conference wise.
You got that was. Honestly, it worked out with all the freaking suspensions.
Yeah, but even that year when we weren't having a great. So that was 1, 2. Okay, so it was more than I remember. But even that year when this was by far as the team went, probably my worst season. We lost 2 conference games at home, but I know that for at least my freshman and sophomore year, I think we won every single conference home game. But I mean, remember St. Louis was tough.
Yeah, they were. Yep.
St. Louis was always tough.
Richmond,
UMass was always tough. Dayton was tough.
Richmond, Temple on occasion. St. Joe's on occasion.
For some reason, in the middle of the season this year, we played Memphis.
Yeah, I remember that game. That game was a battle.
Yeah,
that game was a battle. Yeah, Mario used to have to work his butt off in those non-con schedules, man.
What was the guy that Memphis had then?
Dude, Memphis had some teams back then.
I can see his face.
Was it the guy that won Rookie of the Year? Douglas Roberts? Is that who you're thinking of? CDR?
No.
I'm blanking. Memphis used to be a wagon, though.
Yeah. But this was post Calipari, though.
Okay. They still had some good teams, though. I think that was Josh Pastner, if I'm not mistaken. Head coach.
No, I can see it'll come to me when I get off the stream. He was like a tall, skinny guard. Will Barton.
Oh, Will Barton. Yeah, he's had a good NBA career too. Kenny, what else you got, man? I don't think I have much else to talk about. Obviously, I think we've kind of covered it. You got anything else you want to talk about?
I think I'm good, man. I was, obviously wish the game would have went better. But I wish we would have won. I think the game went pretty good, unless you look at the stat line.
Yeah, facts. But I'm glad we got the stream up and going. It looked like it didn't look good.
Well, I'm just looking at what Royer said about Bonaventure. That they had Andrew Nicholson, who was an absolute beast,
monster,
and then Temple. That's when they had Deontay Christmas, who seemed like he was in school for like 100 years.
Was George Washington good when you were in school?
They weren't bad, but they were. I mean, I think that they probably beat us a couple times. Yeah, Deontay Christmas was a beast.
Christmas was freaking dog.
Who was the big guy? They had a big guy that was really good.
I know who you're talking about. I remember that guy too. I think Charlotte had a really good big guy too. Braswell, something like that. Braswell.
Yeah, Chris.
Chris Braswell. He was good.
I played against him quite a bit outside of college basketball.
He was a good player. Yeah, the A10 has a special place in my heart, and I kind of agree with what Royer said. Like
Chris was actually the person that was guarding me when I scored my 1,000th point.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a nugget right there. But I agree with Royer. Like, if you didn't experience the A10 days, like, you're right. It's a much different experience of being a Xavier fan for sure.
Dude, the A10 days, like, for me, and obviously, you know, I've only been a Xavier fan since, and not even then because I was a player, but, you know,
Right.
that would have been my first real experience to it. And, like, if it wasn't for the money deal and all that stuff, like, Xavier was in just the absolute perfect spot playing in the A10. You know you're making the tournament every single year.
Yeah.
You're playing a massive non-conference schedule and just completely dominate. Like, it was so fun. And, like, I don't even know. I mean, look at Gonzaga. Gonzaga was, for the longest time, they're still playing in their weak conference, and they were one of the best teams in college. So
Dude,
it's like,
I've talked about this so many times, dude. If I was Gonzaga, unless it's like a massive money jump, why would you move? They have it made in the absolute shade. Because Kenny, you think about it, their floor is like a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament.
right.
Floor. Because you look at Xavier, it's like we missed the tournament 4 years in a row with Travis Steele. If we were in the A10, we make the tournament every single season, easily.
Right.
Like, there's just, and that's the thing about the Big East. It's like a higher ceiling, but a much lower floor. If you have an off year, there's no mercy in the Big East, man.
Right. Yeah.
And then,
I mean,
like you
obviously,
said,
like as far as the program goes, right? Building the program, becoming a bigger player on the national stage, Nike deals, TV deals, all the stuff. Obviously, the Big East is better. There's nobody's doubting that. But it was so much fun to play in the A10 because we still got to play against all these like top 10, top 5 type teams, top 20, and then we go into the non-conference schedule and we just wax everybody. Like, and I mean, I shouldn't even say that because we still had tough games, but
for sure.
It was so much fun, man. Going
too, it's like
going
you guys
and
were
playing these
you were everyone's Super Bowl too. I bet those road games were freaking nuts.
Oh, dude, the student sections and everything were so.
I feel like half of the student sections had Beat Xavier shirts on.
Oh yeah,
They hated.
I got. Oh yeah, everybody hated us, man. And I have some wild away game stories that'll have to be. Unfortunately, will have to be off stream, but some good ones. Man.
Maybe for the members only chat one of these days.
Right there, you go.
Members only for sure. That'd be hilarious. But it's, dude, like, I forget what I was gonna say, but it got crazy. Like those road, and then too, those arenas are so like small and compact. Like everyone's on top of each other. Like, dude, I bet it was insane in there. Like St. Joe's, for example, like there's on top of you. Dayton.
And that was like, that was the thing, like with what Royer just said about us being a wagon in March. That was that era of college of Xavier basketball when everybody said we're going to be playing our best basketball in March.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have this like hellacious, just unbelievably difficult non-conference schedule that you're just grinding through, and then you basically have, I mean, what was it? It would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we played 19 conference games that year. So you have basically this crazy non-conference schedule, and then you go and you have 19 games where you really have time to just work on everything.
Yeah. Do you think that played a part in it? Like, did you feel like you kind of got the tough part out of the way early, and then like you're kind of playing on extra gravity, and then you go to the A10 and you're like, okay, the weights are off.
Right. I mean, we go, and obviously this was a bad year to look at because my senior year was just a shit show for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
But you go from we played Gonzaga on New Year's Eve, and then we went to LaSalle on January 4th. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the drop off there, and we still lost to LaSalle. So don't get me wrong here, but like the drop off between the talent level of the teams that you're playing was, Duquesne when X beat. Oh,
I wonder if there's those years where it's like by the time you get to the tournament after playing in the Big East, you're just freaking exhausted. Like the teams have been beating up on each other and cannibalizing each other, and you get to the tournament and you're like, dude, I'm fucking wiped, man. Yeah. Like we just got done playing 4 games in 4 days at Madison Square Garden against freaking Marquette and Villanova, and like you're dead. Yeah. I wonder if there's anything to that.
I mean, I'm sure there is. Obviously, it's not something that I ever took part in, but I don't know. I think
It's interesting to think about. And then too, I
Xavier
wonder if
was
playing
in.
in the A10, you're just getting more confidence. Like,
Yeah,
and you're just going into those NCAA tournament games just confident as hell, like two throwing the ball in the freaking ocean, you know?
dude. Just real quick, and I know that we're kind of winding down here, but I'm looking
You're
at
good.
this. I'm looking at these stat lines, and it goes for like high points,
Yeah.
and it's just like every game. I'm not going to read all of them, but I'm just going to read twos. It's
Yeah.
like second game, 2 Holloway, 24. Fifth game, 2 Holloway, 24. Sixth game, 2 Holloway, 21. Seventh game, 2 Holloway, 16. 10th game, 2 Holloway, 17. 11th game, 2 Holloway, 26. 12th game, 2 Holloway, 21. Like, that's crazy, man. The way that he was just.
He was.
When we played Dayton, won in overtime, we won in overtime 86-83. Two had 32 points. Dude, he was a freak, man. Oh my gosh, I want to see.
I remember I heard an interview with Mac one time, and he was like, "Yeah, that A10 season was just like we have Jordan Crawford, and other teams don't."
Yeah, right.
Like every game, you're like, we have Jordan Crawford, like we're gonna be fine. Like no one in the A10 has a Jordan Crawford. Yeah, it was fun era, man. That team was so fun.
Yeah, and that was another thing too. Like we also had Dayton then too. That was like a big rival. So we're basically playing. Huh?
Yeah. That was fun. I miss how fun that rivalry was.
Dude. We had 3 games a year that were like, I hate those motherfuckers right there. Hate them. Yeah. And so like, that was another thing. This year we played Dayton 3 times. Twice in the A10 and then once in the A10 tournament.
Yep. I remember there were a couple years we got them 3 times in a year. We'd beat them 3. We'd go 3-0 against Dayton, and that felt really good.
Yeah, I remember this game in Atlantic City. We won 70-69.
Nice.
Oh, man. What a day.
Dude, those Dayton games. Dude, I don't think modern Xavier fans that weren't in the A10 will ever understand what those Dayton games were like.
Nope, definitely not.
God, they were different beast. But yeah, man, fun stream. I'm glad we got to get it done. I do apologize a little bit for how we were, we kind of wanted to do it late, and then we're taking some bumps, Kenny. I mean, we are still learning a little bit as we go. It's our 3rd stream, so in the grand stream of things, I'm a jerk. In the grand scheme of things, like I said it wrong again. Like we're still learning a lot. Like there's still a lot of ways to go. Like the runway, I feel like we're not even in the first inning of this whole stream thing.
Yep, 100%. There's only 1 out in the first inning right now. We're good.
Facts. Ton to go.
I think that's how baseball works, right? 4 outs, 6 strikes.
Well, Andy and Coop aren't here, so I couldn't tell you. Right. We don't. Not our thing. We're round ball guys. No, but it was fun as always.
Royer, that's exactly the reason that I wanted to do this. Number one, I'm the same way. I get pissed when I'm like, if I'm angry at a game or if I'm happy with the game, I don't have anybody to talk to around here because there's not a lot of Xavier fans in Massillon, Ohio. But, this is one of the reasons I want to do it. I wanted to get on, be on with Cap and Coop and Andy and just hang out, talk about the game. And if there's people around asking questions and, wanting to know about the game, give their thoughts on the game, hopefully we'll have some guests come on soon. As soon as I can get the all the technical stuff figured out. I think that there's a lot that we can do with this. I don't know if I'm jumping the gun on this, but I know that I've been talking about doing a Big East weekly roundup for Xavier, having once a week putting out like a 15 to 20 minute just like Xavier Sports Talk show on our YouTube page. Like there's just a lot that we want to do, and I really appreciate everybody that's in here right now because this wasn't one of our bigger streams, and we knew that was going to be that way because it's a home game. A lot of people are at the game, but just really appreciate you guys being around, and we're going to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just fun, man. Like I love this for the Xavier community. I think that's one thing that, not to get too deep or whatever, but that's one thing I think is fun because I remember when I was a kid, I was, I graduated in 2011. And I remember like being a teenager and there just wasn't Xavier content out there, man. Like I remember watching like this like horrible Xavier podcast at the time that was like fan made. I remember on YouTube it had like 7 views. It was awful, but I was just like starving for Xavier content, dude. And that's kind of one of my big motivating factors with everything that we do is like just trying to create content that we would have wanted. You know what I mean? And
Right.
So I think that's pretty freaking cool, being able to connect people. Like Royer being out in Southeast Iowa, like that's freaking incredible.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool what we can build, because like he was saying the same thing about his dad. Like everyone has that group chat of like your family group chat or like whatever, and we kind of want this to feel like, you know, like home. You know what I mean? This is where I go to like watch games and to vent and all that kind of stuff. So I love what we're doing with the Discord. I love where things are going, and we're just getting started. It's like our first year of really taking this thing seriously, and a lot of room to grow, kind of like the Xavier team. But no, it's been really, really fun.
Couldn't say it any better myself.
My man, let's keep working on this physical strength. But no, it was fun, man. It hurt, but it was good. We had a good game though, and I thought this one might get away from us. I thought, because you were right, Kenny. Right when I thought the stream might be dead tonight, I was like, this is gonna be boring as hell. It was fun to get on, and we had a good game. I thought tonight was gonna suck there for a second. We were getting destroyed, no stream. I was like, tonight's gonna suck. It ended up being pretty fun. Made a game out of it. We had a good time, and I'd say all in all, pretty successful night.
Hell yeah.
You want to tell the folks to stay blobbing?
Tell your dad what's up. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's it. I think that's the stay blobbing.
Stay blobbing. Thanks as always.